What in the world was going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. You know what's funny? I was actually on time this morning. And as I'm sitting here trying to go ahead and hit that go live button, it was just like, nah, fuck that. And I'm like, wait, what's happening? I thought I was gonna have to shut everything down and bring it back up in order just to be able to go live. But I didn't have to do that. We're here. We're here. We're here, Crody. Okay, let's get TikTok in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good afternoon to Nia, who's in Norway. Manders, B. Good morning, Quite Violet. Lana, how are we? Happy Monday morning. Happy Monday morning to all. Hey guys, do me a favor though. If you're over on YouTube, go ahead and send that, hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button for me if you're over on YouTube. That'll help push the VOD out. Get more people in here for some zibits. We shall do zibits. We are zibiding. Parlez-vous français? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, beautiful people. What up, Dwayne? Guys, as we get in, if you don't mind, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Me, it's only one coin and will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. We have the daily gift goal, which are the little chili peppers. If we can knock those out, that'll help as well. Please and thank you. When we share the live, guys, if we can share it once or twice, that would be super, super helpful. But we don't want to spam share. Spam sharing actually hurts the live, so we don't want to spam share. But if we can share the live to your stories and repost it to your FYP, that helps so much. So please, please, please do that. Do that. Hey guys, so I finished the autobiography of Malcolm X yesterday, and it was really, really interesting. I love getting the perspective of, like, I'm such a history nerd, and I love like getting a perspective of things from when it was happening, from people who have like firsthand accounts and knowledge, but then also at the same time having the ability to be able to look back on history with like hindsight 2020, right? And so that's like such a big thing for me. And listening to, I thought I knew a lot about Malcolm X, right? But listening to the autobiography, it was super interesting to like, one, see his transformation from was it Detroit Red, right? To see him go from where he started, and then how he went about like changing himself, and like what happened in prison, and then what happened in the Nation of Islam, and then what happened after he went on his trip to Mecca, right? Like it was all just super interesting to see all of that. And then even at the end of the book, it was really interesting because the whole, like throughout the after he broke with Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam, uh, he was talking about how like they were trying to take him out, right? And so he was very aware that there were credible threats on his life. And so he was talking about how he did not expect to actually be alive for much longer. And he was also talking about how he didn't expect to be alive to see the publication of the book, his autobiography, which was super interesting. But that was a really, really, really great read, and I'm really happy with my decision to actually get into that book. But then, so last night I let management pick what book I was gonna go to next because, again, I have like this entire whole reading list, and it's a lot of things that I have been getting into, and a lot of things that I've been listening to. Right, 1 second. Because I made the decision that like I want to be more well versed, right? I realized that I have like some blind spots, and I want to ensure that whatever blind spots that I have, I try to address those blind spots, right? And so that's why I've been doing a lot more reading. Guys, if you don't mind, keep tapping the screen. Let's get the likes up to 15,000 likes. Also, can we knock out the chili peppers? That's the daily gift goal. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to the little 1 cent gift goal so we can knock those out a couple of times. So please, 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 please knock those out for me. Anywho, so I've been trying to make sure that I am more well versed. I have a deeper understanding of knowledge, especially for like the way that I like to engage with things. So I've just been going through a couple of different things, and so last night I let management pick what book I go to next, right? Because I have 13 more books to go through, and I think I've already. How many books have I actually read? Uh, got 13 left. I don't know. I digress. It doesn't matter. But I let her pick the book, and the book that she selected was Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Davis, right? Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Davis. And I was already excited to read Angela Davis' work. But I was hoping that there's a couple of books that I really want to get to. And I was like, oh, well, this is cool. I was really hoping that she was going to pick The Discovery of America by Ned Blackhawk, or How Europe Undeveloped Africa, which is Walter Rodney. And then also the foreword was written by Angela Davis. But she picked Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Davis. And when I tell you, this book is fire. Holy smokes. I am enthralled with this book. I'm going to end up finishing it today, but holy smokes, this is so good. Like better than I could expect. Like I had high expectations, but man, I just love the level of insight, the level of perspective, the issues that are being covered. I mean, like there's just so much to it, so much to it. So it's actually a really, really good book. So right now I'm on Freedom is a Constant Struggle. So I'll keep you guys updated and let you guys know how that goes. Sorry. The title again, it's Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Davis. Angela Davis is absolutely, absolutely. I didn't know. Like I feel when I've been doing this reading on a couple of different things, I feel so. It lets me know how much I don't know. Like that's one of the things that I've really enjoyed about all of the material that I've been reading is that I there's a lot that I don't know. And I'm really happy that I'm shoring up a lot of blind spots. And that's been really fun, just like learning a lot of new stuff to me. And then I talked to certain people about it, and it was like, yep. And I'm like, wait, you knew that? So that's been super interesting. Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started here with some debates in just a moment. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We are only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Me, it's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. America is on the decline. And since America is on the decline, America's on the decline. We have to address the reasons why America has declined. And first and foremost, we can talk about the Republican Party. The Republican Party is absolutely the party of destruction. I think that's easy. I think we can speed past that one. No need to actually give that too much of attention. The next thing is capitalism. Capitalism has absolutely failed us. Like everyone listening right now, capitalism, there's certain individuals where they've won capitalism, but even though they won capitalism, they can't stop capitalism because capitalism is ever consuming. But it's time for socialism. It's absolutely time for socialism. Capitalism has done nothing for everyday people. Next, white privilege and white supremacy. Two sides of the same coin, two wings of the same bird. A lot of people don't understand how white supremacy and white privilege need each other, bolster each other, and work together. But it's okay. We can talk about it. It's okay. I can cover it for you. Don't worry. We can get into it. But if you disagree, get in the box. Silver, you said ableist, by the way. Silver, I'm sending you a request. Come up here and tell me about it. Silver, I just sent you a request. Accept the request. No. Don't reject the request. Don't be a coward. Don't be a coward. You made a statement in the comment section thinking that you could just say the thing and then just keep moving. But go ahead and get up here and tell me about it. Golden Ray Sophia. That's what I thought. I'm telling you, I'm straight calling out each and every one of you fucking idiots. I promise you, I'm not gonna let this slide. I am not gonna let this slide. Because you guys have been so stupid that you've listened to someone who doesn't know shit, someone who doesn't have any information, but yet you just continue to come in my comment section and spam stupid stuff. Now, either you guys are gonna substantiate what you believe or you're gonna shut the hell up. I don't care which one. Anywho, as I was saying, the Iran war, that one has continued to actually go more and more to the point of me calling out exactly what I said, which is we lost. Holy smokes, we lost. We got curb stomped, but it is what it is. Last but not least, FBA Blaga. Yesterday, this was out in full force. We absolutely got an opportunity to see how people who claim to be FBA, Foundational Black Americans, Black conservatives, Black Republicans, Black MAGA, whatever you want to call yourself, you guys just are ashamed of being Black. It's super interesting. It's super weird. I couldn't be you. But like we've already addressed that's who you are and that's what you're about. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. I see a few different people in the box. Hold tight. We're going to get you up here right after this.
Yeah, funny how it changed now. Same people that laughed at clips, studying the clips now. Everybody got opinions till the facts land. Everybody loud till they gotta take a stand. Every stream feel like somebody betting they pride. I seen fake scholars fold in real time. Now they screenshot takes, run around and remix it, and pull up thinking somehow they can fix it. Nah, you stepped in the wrong room, donut. This ain't rage bait, this pressure. Patriarchy, race, class, labor. Healthcare, I don't do surface level, I peel layers. And every time they think they got me cornered, numbers go higher. Chat flying, mods working, crowd waiting. Somebody finna get cooked tonight. Welcome to the ring now. Talk big till the facts come out. Slap nuts, sit down. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. Got the whole chat screaming when the logic break down. Yeah. Welcome to the ring now. You ain't built for this smoke. Y'all slap nuts ain't got milk for these oats. Donuts, so pipe down. Yeah, you might drown. You don't want war with the king right now. I don't debate for applause, I debate for the record. Every false claim get dissected and severed. You rehearsed outrage, I studied the structure. Difference between noise and somebody with substance. You quote tweets, I quote policy. You want moments, I want honesty. You want ego boost and virality. I want mutual aid and stronger communities. That's the difference between you and me. See the problem? Different type timing. You came for clips, I came for alignment. Capital this, socialism that. Half these dudes can't define what they yelling in caps. Talking about free market while wages collapse. I watch your pivot arrive, I make it visible live. But this ain't never gonna be a place where evidence dies. You came all the way to be Santana for internet rep, while the whole chat waiting to see who got checked. Next, welcome to the ring now. Yeah. You talk big till the facts come out. Slap nuts, sit down. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. Got the whole chat screaming when the logic break down. Yeah. Welcome to the ring now. You ain't built for this smoke. Y'all slap nuts ain't got milk for these oats. Donuts, so pipe down. Pipe down. You might drown. You don't want war with the king right now. Yeah. Welcome to Sparring with Santana.
Let's go.
Bring your sources or bring excuses, whatever. Doesn't really matter either way. You're about to get cooked. You should know who I am by now.
Hey.
What?
Hey. Hey. Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana, and guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, do all the wonderful things, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin and will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. And even more than that, guys, make sure that you are sharing and reposting the live. That really helps a lot. Share it maybe once or twice, but share it to your stories and repost it. It'll push us out to the FYP. Go ahead and do that, guys. The racist ass trolls are out in full blown effect. But guess what? They won't come up and debate me. They'll hide behind fake PFPs. They'll make racist ass comments and get muted. They'll have little fake accounts, but they won't come up and debate me. So let's see what happens. Let's see what Monday morning brings, guys. With that being said, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, what up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? What up, Kick? If you're over on YouTube and you'd like to support the live, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Also, YouTube, I see my mods are on your head top. First and foremost, mods, FYI, remember, like, let's be mindful of how we're actually timing people out and what we're doing, right? Please, please, please be mindful. Make sure that you're going and checking how we have that set up as far as the timeouts. Secondly, also, I looked at some of the actual comments that are being muted. Make sure that we're muting people who are actually like crossing the line. All right, just FYI, we don't want to just like there. I saw someone got muted saying something. They were just saying they have a question and they were muted. Let's make sure that we are we're actually forcing these people to get up here. But let's make sure that we're aware of what we're doing. Oh, I see why. Yeah. Okay, that was actually a valid mute because of what the coward said before that. Anyway, YouTube, if you have something to say, get up here because you guys you're not safe in the YouTube chat. You're literally not safe in the YouTube chat. I know you may think you are, but you're not. You're literally not. How frequently do you travel outside of the U.S.? Often. Control the speaking platform, use the platform to crush actual conversation. No, you know what it is. I just don't give a fuck about what you guys are saying in the comments. You have the ability to actually come up here and talk to me. Shame on all those who disagree. Mute who speak. Wait, hold on. Let me go back to this. What did you say? Shame on all those who disagree. Mute whom speak against what you believe. No, because you know what it is. Cade JXN. You can come up here and debate me. You can do it. All you have to do is click that link that's in that pinned message. As a matter of fact, I will drop the link in the comment section again. It's not about muting people that disagree. It's about getting you keyboard warriors to actually stand up and say it with your chest. It's about getting you thumb thugs to realize that you can't be cowards forever. So if you're going to say something, say it with your chest or don't say it at all. We don't care which one. Anywho. Sorry, just had to address that, guys. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are friendly, do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen, share the live. Send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Hello.
Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter.
Okay. All right. And your name is Jeff. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I was wondering why your head got so big that you have a theme song. It's not a show.
No, it very much is a show. You didn't like my song?
It's not a show, buddy.
You don't think so? It's a show. It's like literally.
It's not a show.
Wait, you didn't hear the intro?
It's not a show, man.
I have multiple shows. I have a whole production.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hey Jeff, can you look up at above me, Jeff? Do you see this?
Yeah.
Do you see like the actual lighting behind me? Do you see that?
Oh no, not the lighting.
Do you see like the actual crispness of the camera?
Oh, crispness.
You heard the actual music. You heard my introduction. You see like how things are actually happening. Look at this one. Do you see this? This actually has today's date on it. That video is from Donald Trump when he was on the G7. The video is when Donald Trump was at the video. Jeff, the video was when Donald Trump. Jeff, hey Jeff, why are you speaking over me?
Parker and Dean.
Jeff, are you not an adult?
Parker and Dean.
Jeff, are you not an adult?
Two white boys have better clarity.
Jeff, be an adult. You sound like you're old enough to be an adult. So please actually have the ability to have a conversation. I don't know if you just can't hear me or whatever, but Jeff,
I can.
Jeff,
you don't control me, sir. That's what
I don't
understand.
Oh, okay.
In person, you can't.
I don't. Okay.
On here, you can.
Yep.
On here, you can with the little mute.
Yep. Speak now, Jeff.
In person, you
speak now, Jeff.
In person, you can't.
Speak now, Jeff. Come on, get your whole sentence out. I think this is ridiculous, and I don't want to do this. I would much rather have a conversation with you. So please just act like an adult. I won't speak over you. You don't speak over me. Let's actually have a conversation.
You can't mute me in person. You can't mute nobody in person.
That's fine, Jeff.
That's right.
I would like to have a conversation as an adult.
Thank you for conceding, coward.
Would you like to have a conversation as an adult?
Yeah, I'll go on first. How about that?
No, that's not how it works. Like I said,
that's how it does work.
No,
this is not a show.
Like I said, this is a show. I mean, it's the best live that you'll get, the best production that you'll have. And you can be as jealous as you want to be jealous, Jeff. It's not going to change a thing. I'm still the hands down most entertaining person that you will find on social media. I try to be the most factual. I try to be the most intellectually honest. I try to be the most accurate and up to date. Sometimes I might not be all those things, but I am always the most entertaining, because I put time, energy, and effort into my craft. So with that being said, Jeff, if you are done with your little weirdo crash out or whatever, and you want to debate, you can come back. If you just came up here to complain and talk about other people, then take that somewhere else. I legitimately mean this. I'm looking to speak with adults, not man-childs that can't actually control themselves. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates.
Yeah, pussy boy.
Okay, so are you ready to be an adult?
Always.
Okay, perfect. So Jeff, what I'm going to do is, I know you know who I am, obviously, but I'm going to give a proper introduction to everyone else.
On Dex, the guy you used to kiss ass to, the guy that you used to kiss his ass and wished you could be Jones' ex, and then go behind his back and get him deplatformed and
Like I said, I'm going to give a proper introduction to who I am and what this is. So Jeff, I need you to stop. I'm so confused as far as what you think is happening right now. Like I said, I'm going to give us a proper introduction. Okay. Yes. Jones, you are so infatuated with Jones. That's so weird. Jeff. Go find Jones. If you're so infatuated with Jones, go find him. Go find him. You're literally the only one. I haven't heard anyone bring him up and talk about him since he was gone, but for some reason you want to talk about him. Have I heard people take shots? Yep. Have I taken shots? Yep. As far as just talking about him, bringing him up when he has nothing to do with anything, that's weird. You're weird. Anyway, I don't know. Like, I'm not doing this today, guys. We're not doing this. He came back just to complain. It's so interesting. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? This person said host crashed out, or host crashing out. Ty gone. If I'm crashing out, accept that request. Come up here and tell me how I'm crashing out. Oh, don't deny the request. Don't be a coward. Ty gone 5. It's so interesting how tough they are. Oh, you keep denying. Go ahead and accept their request. Stop being a scaredy cat. Oh, look at the tough guy scared to come up and defend himself. It's all good. You can go ahead and leave. Anyway, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We are only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Jeff, you can leave. You don't have the ability to actually act as an adult. And so since you don't know how to act as an adult, I am not engaging with you. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
I support some of Trump, and I disagree with some of the stuff on the background. I think the Iran war, WAR, I believe. Yes, sir, it's me. But I come to have a conversation. No, sir, I did not.
No,
you guys
didn't.
dropped
I ended up kicking you because I was over that. All right, cool. All right, Ray, give me a second. I'm going to do a quick introduction, and then we'll get into it, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect, guys. Exa.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters or Anyone that disagrees with anything on the background, I am Santana, guys. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a friendly, do all the wonderful things, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift code to these little 1-cent gift goals. That'll boost the live as well. If you're over on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. That'll boost the live and push us out. Last but not least, guys, make sure that we are reposting the live to your FYP. It'll get more people in here for debates. Red, let's get out there. So you said that you disagree with the premise as far as the U.S. has lost the Iran war. Tell me why.
Oh, well, I can say that they lost, but this is what I'm saying. I agree with what Trump did. Trump did the righteous and the moral thing. He's making America great again by not only by making sure that those guys get the, like, they don't have, like, in America we got the second, you know, our constitutional right, our Second Amendment. So I feel like every country, because America, our government is so nefarious and evil, that these other countries need protection against us. And I believe Iran deserves to have the NUKEs and the intercontinental long-range ballistic missiles, just like everybody else. And I feel like he did the right thing by allowing them, giving them their money, paying them their reparations for coming over there, attacking them, destroying their country. So he did he actually did the morally right thing. I believe what he did was right, and he's headed toward making America great again. I also agree with immigration.
Wait, hold on. Let's stop there. So, Red.
Yes, sir.
You think that the L that we took with this most recent peace agreement, you think that's a good thing?
Yes, it definitely is.
Explain, like in specific details, how is this a good thing? How was any of this a good? I'm so confused right now, but I am so intrigued.
Because first of all, we had no business going over there and sneaking attacking those folks. That wasn't our WAR. There was us trying to side with Ben Yatnu, that guy, and now we kind of we at odds with him right now. What's it, Ben? How you say it? Benson. I can't pronounce his name, but you know who I'm talking about. That no, the I guy, the Israeli guy. How you say it? Benson Yat. You know what I'm saying? Quit playing with me.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Ben and Yahoo.
Ben and Yahoo.
I can't put. I'm not. You know who I'm talking about, bro? The guy from Israel.
Netanyahu.
Yes, him.
Bibi.
Yes.
Bibi Netanyahu.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Bibi
yes.
Netanyahu.
So now we at odds with him, and we like at a point where we breaking ties with them. Like we at odds with each other, and we need to be at odds with the small hats, because they don't mean us no good. They lie to us.
Don't call them, Brett. Don't call them small hats. That's real anti-Semitic. Don't do that.
Okay, well, we need to break ties with them because they lie to us and feed us false information that have us going and getting us involved in stuff where we're losing our American troops to their bull, to their lies and deceit. So yes, that was a good thing. And I believe, like, him giving them their money and saying, hey man, y'all do whatever y'all want to with it, that'll keep Israel from constantly messing with those folks and getting.
This is where I have the problem though, Red, because while you're trying to spin this actual peace agreement or ceasefire as like a win for us, like literally this goes against everything that Donald Trump had been saying and the position that he had been taking, from the sense that
it does, because that wasn't his position in the first place.
It's literally what he's been saying this entire time.
I understand. You're right. You're totally right. But that was from a puppet's position. But once you
chose
make
to actually accept the puppet's position?
I damn near every president in the last 15.
Donald
Yeah,
Trump specifically.
I'm telling you.
I'm not talking about the way the you and I can agree that the way the United States has specifically acquiesced to Israel, like that's not good. I can agree to that one. But when it comes to the actual conflict with Iran, like Bibi Netanyahu has been trying to encourage and get presidents to do this for years, right? This isn't new, and this isn't specific to Donald Trump, right? It's just the fact that Donald Trump is the only one that actually said, yes, he will do it. So you can sit here and talk about like the influence that Israel has on the United States of America. You're not wrong there. But what you are wrong about is the fact that Donald Trump openly was the only idiot to actually fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
No, they all fell for it because they just did it in a more diplomatic way. They put sanctions against them. They did a lot of stuff that was war. It was WAR like, but it wasn't the actual. I
agree with that, but Bibi Netanyahu for 20 years has been trying to get American presidents to attack Iran. He's literally been trying to get for 20 years, and all the presidents said no. He tried to get Joe Biden to attack Iran, and he said no. Donald Trump was the only one that caved and said yes.
But you know why he did it? Because they started BOMBing them. Israel started BO, and when they started attacking back, we already got a treaty where we gotta go along with these guys.
Israel has been bombing everyone in the area, though. That's not new. And Israel bombed Iran like months earlier, and we didn't get involved. And the only time we finally got involved is when they were striking Tel Aviv so bad that like they couldn't fight back anymore. And that's the only reason we got involved. So that's not true.
And that's what. Yes, it is. That's what I'm saying. When Iran started retaliating and said, "Okay, we finna bring it to y'all," then they know if they start a full scale with these guys, then they big brothers.
That's not
America.
True. Huh? That's not true. That's not true. That's not true in the sense of being the aggressor. That's absolutely true as far as being someone that's fighting a defensive battle, but that is not true of someone actually being the aggressor. And
let me ask you this.
Israel for over the last over the last 1.5 years, Israel has now attacked 9 different countries and claimed that they were preemptive strikes, meaning, oh, we're going to strike you before you strike us. Right. That's not self-defense. That's still an actual strike going against them.
Okay, let me ask you this. Won't they spin a narrative and say that they were being attacked?
Yeah, that literally they've lied about this all the time, but we have our own international intelligence. What does that have to do with us having our own intelligence? Because even our own intelligence said that Israel was lying, right?
That's what I'm telling you.
Tulsi Gabbard, and also
they make themselves out.
Tulsi Gabbard and also the former head of counterterrorism, both of them said that not only did Iran not have nukes, but they were not an actual imminent threat. So, like, literally, they can lie about whatever they want, but we have our own intelligence. And if we work better with our allies, we would know, just like the actual allies that we have in those Gulf states in the Middle East, and also our European allies, we would know for a fact that Israel is lying, which we already knew it, but Trump still did it.
Well, that's what I'm. No, if we had our own intelligence abided by that and told us, then we wouldn't be in the crock of shit we in. True or false? Then let's keep it real.
You're cutting in and out.
Okay, this is what. Can you hear me now?
It's a little bit better. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. If we had our own intelligence and went by our own intelligence instead of listening to what they're telling us, then we would use it and we wouldn't be in the crock of shit we in now. You got to admit that they lied to us and tell us, hey, this is what's going on. They got this. We go with it.
Well, but
whether we know they're lying or not, we go by what they tell us.
But Red, see, that's the thing. Like, they've been lying this entire time, but other presidents don't go for it. I'll give you a great example. I recently read Bob Woodward's book War, and it's Bob Woodward is the Pulitzer Prize winning investigational journalist. He broke Watergate. He's broken multiple stories, but he wrote the book War, which was the point of like Donald Trump in the end of his first administration, and covering January 6th, and then throughout the Biden administration, and then transitioning to Biden dropping out of office, Kamala Harris taking over, and then Trump coming back into office, right? And the thing that he covered was talking about how while Biden was in office, Biden often talked about how Bibi Netanyahu and how the intelligence the community within the United States of America knew for a fact that they were always lying, that Israel was always lying. You had to take the information that they gave and then actually run that information through our intelligence for a second time to see what's the truth and what's the lie. And a lot of times they would lie in the sense of overestimating how long it would take for them to do things, how long it would take for them to accomplish tasks, who's imminent threats and things like that. So we have a history of running through all of that. Hell, another book I just recently finished, Ash, of the Legacy of Ash, the history of the CIA, right? And it talked about the actual Central Intelligence Agency and how we do have a history of like being in those Gulf states with the CIA, but they were less functional. But now we've even shifted towards the private sector to actually lean on our intelligence for the Middle East as well. So we don't have to rely on the information that Israel is giving us. We have other means and measures, but Donald Trump is the one that just decided to say, okay, we'll do it.
Okay, well, with that being said, walk with me. So we were wrong in doing what we did, right?
Yeah.
So you agree punishment, we got to be punished like everybody else, and our punishment came in the form of them closing the Strait of Hormuz and them basically kicking our butts, and now we got to pay them. So yeah, I believe what Donald Trump, I believe what he did. He exposed America for who we are, with what we already know. Like
this is literally cognitive dissonance, Red. You cannot spin this as being a good thing. You cannot. I'm sorry. You cannot spin this as being a good thing because Donald Trump openly and adamantly wanted this war. Donald Trump said that he was going to end this war. Donald Trump said that he wanted complete surrender. Donald Trump said that we had obliterated them. Donald Trump said that all of this was in the wheelhouse of the United States of America. We had the control. We held all the cards. Donald Trump said all of this. And then at the same time, we got curb stomped. And now we're giving them $324 billion, lifting sanctions, allowing them to sell oil with sanctions, allowing them to continue their ballistic missile program, allowing them to continue to enrich uranium, allowing them to continue to control the Strait of Hormuz. Like literally all the things that Donald Trump thumped his chest about and said like, oh, we're doing all of this because one, they can't have this, and two, we want this. We didn't get any of those things, like nothing. So there's no way that you can spin this and be like, oh, well, actually, it was a good thing by Trump.
I'm going to explain how it was a good thing. To walk with me. When you was a kid, to touch the fire, to realize, hey, that's hot, don't touch it again, right? This, now I'm going to explain why it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So now we know, hey, we're not finna be listening to Israel. Because Israel got us in the crock of bullshit last time we listened to them. We know they full of lies. So we're not finna go over here messing with Iran no more. Somebody that blatantly kicked our ass. And we're going to stay out of Israel bullshit. So it was a good thing. It was a bad thing and a good thing. Can you agree to that? Now we know these people that can shut the economy down. So now we know different things that we didn't, that obviously we didn't know. Can you agree that it was a good thing and a bad thing?
No, okay. I would say it was just a bad thing. Hold on. Hey, Red, can you hear me?
No, you said yeah. You said yeah.
You keep cutting in and out.
Yes, sir.
I literally didn't say
yes.
that. I didn't. You're cutting in and out. That's why, like,
you didn't say yes.
No, I didn't say yes. I didn't even get to speak. I'm like, I don't know if you can hear me or not. You have a delay. Like, that's the only reason I'm like hesitating as far as when I speak.
No, I can hear you very clearly. I hear every word that you say, and I think you can hear every word I say.
No,
Can you not?
You're cutting in and out. To answer your question, no, I wouldn't say that it's a good thing and a bad thing. I would say it's just a bad thing. The one thing that the bigger point that I'm trying to get across is not that I'm saying that you're wrong as far as the end conclusion, but what I am saying is that you're wrong to try to spin it as a good thing for Donald Trump. Is it a good thing for the United States of America to be less reliant on Israel? Absolutely. I agree with that point. But this was not a good thing when it comes to Donald Trump. So stop trying to connect Donald Trump as far as this being a successful thing.
I agree. I agree with you. It wasn't good for Donald Trump, but he made the mistake in front of the whole world to show them our mishap. And he showed the world, hey, look what type of shit Israel can get us into. So no, it wasn't a good thing for Donald Trump. I do agree with you right there. I definitely agree.
You know what the issue is with that statement though, Red? Like everyone else already knew that. Like you're saying that he showed the world, like everyone else already knew that. Like that's why literally all of the other allies, no one else, when Donald Trump was screaming and begging for people to come and help reopen the Strait of Hormuz, no one was helping. They didn't even want to let the United States of America use their airspaces or their bases. And the only reason they did is because they got drawn into it because of Iran and their additional attacks. So no, people already knew this, and they knew that Israel pumps bad information. It has nothing to do with showing other people. It's literally this Trump administration. It's not even the whole United States government. It's literally just this administration.
I'm speaking to the American people. We know the other countries knew, but we speaking to the American people that's supporting him and supporting Israel and standing behind them. That's what I'm speaking to.
Who?
So that's why I say it was a good thing.
Who are these people that are standing behind outside of Zionists? Who are these people that are just vehemently and fervently standing behind Israel? Because fun fact, most of the people on the left have been staunchly against Israel because of what the genocide that they're actually carrying out in Gaza. But even more so now, you have the right wingers who've been staunchly against Israel, but that's because they're just anti-Semitic. But like overall, even the actual just general concession amongst Americans, if you exclude like Jewish Americans, is that that we shouldn't be supporting Israel at all. And then even if you look at Jewish Americans, there's a good portion of Jewish Americans that don't believe in supporting the state of Israel at all either. So I'm so confused as far as who we're talking about that they showed this to.
I beg to defer, because you're wrong, and I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong.
You beg to defer?
Because you do realize that.
Defer until when?
You do realize. Hold on. You do realize this is a Christian country, right?
It's not.
It's not?
No.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
You know what. Going against me because you know where I'm getting at. You're going against me because you know what I'm getting at.
No, I'm going against you because it's not a Christian country. The founders that wrote the Constitution specifically made it sure to write that there was a separation between church and state. There were not a majority, but there was a good amount of our actual founders that were deists. So like they didn't even believe in Christ. Like one of the reasons that the people left Britain was because they wanted to be able to practice religion freely without being, told that they had to practice X, Y, or Z. So no, you're wrong.
I'm not gonna get into that conversation with you, but we both know that the biggest religion in America is Christianity.
I'm not saying that that's not the biggest religion. But I'm saying we're not a Christian country.
Okay. Well, let's just say the religion. And
your service is breaking up really bad.
Those people are
your service is breaking up really bad.
No, I'm in the truck. I'm in the truck. I'm making money.
Okay,
but,
well, hold tight just for a second. Let's see if you can get if your signal improves. I'm gonna thank a couple of people and then I'll give you the floor. But
no,
it's
hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, but it's breaking up really bad. Just hold tight for a second though. Let me say a couple of thank yous so I don't get too far behind.
Okay.
Over on YouTube, W's in the chat for Trey for the $5 super chat to say, hating is so weird. This is absolutely a show. He was so mad about that. Kids don't play or hate and be racist like this guy. He sucked so bad. W's in the chat for Ashley, who has been a late night tuber for a month and used her message to say, I love your show, Santana. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. W's in the chat for Amy, who became a member over on YouTube. W's in the chat for Dev, who sent a $5 super chat to say, this is my donation to your comedy club. The guy who couldn't say Netanyahu got me laughing hysterically in the office. Ooh, W's in the chat. Thank you so much, Dev. I appreciate that $5 super chat. W's in the chat for Trey for the $10 super chat to say, do you even remember Obama? Bibi knew the U.S. funded them, but Obama wasn't friendly like this with Israel. And Biden knew not to follow them either. Trump was the only useful tool. Yeah, and like I think that there's a lot to be said about how much the United States has been tied to Israel. I don't disagree with that. I absolutely think that every president that we've had has been absolute tools of Israel, and our politicians are bought and paid. But I think that there's a huge difference between what's happened historically versus what's happening currently. And so for people to pretend as if like, oh, this is just status quo. No, it's not status quo. It's a little bit more than just status quo. Anyway, W's in the chat. Thank you so much for those super chats. Also, sorry, 1 second here. W's in the chat for Eugene. Hey, Eugene, for the $4.99 YouTube super chat to say, W Santana, I listen to you while I'm working with my construction job to make it go quicker. I know that's right. W's in the chat. Thank you so much for that. Over on Twitch, W's in the chat for Manders for the one cheered bit to say he will forever be bitten Yahoo now. Yes. And then W's in the chat for Kelly for the 25 cheers bits to say slide in, throwing pockets full of glitter, fizzle, frazzle, frizzle, frazzle, dazzle. Good, mystical, magical Monday, cuties and beauties. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful day. And I always remember your daily dose of hydration and snackies. Now, remember to stay amazing. Kick, flip, rolls upstairs, diving out the window, explodes into glitter. W's in the chat over on the Twitch. And W's in the chat for Raven for the $1 donation saying, I'm going for an interview today. Wish me luck. Good luck, Raven. You fucking got it. I believe in you. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Aaron for the $5 donation saying, tickets to the show. I got you. And last but not least, guys, W's in the chat for Jared. Jared sent a $25 donation. Said, that's right, Santana. I'm back. Also, as a medical professional, that man sincerely sounds like he was on, I'm not going to say that, but that's fucking crazy. W's in the chat for all the donos, guys. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Keep tapping the screen, guys. Share the live. Knock out the daily gift goal if you can. It's the rosas. Knock out the rosas, and we will keep it going. All right, Red. Let's try your signal again. Red, are you there?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yep.
No. What I was saying is, due to this being a majority Christian country, a lot of these people support and like I'm in Texas. You got people with the American flag alongside of their flag in their front yards. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, these people feel like no, they have that too. They have that too. But you know, I'm speaking of, you know, they don't like you to say the Israel flag, or they don't like you to even mention that country. But I'll keep your live from being flagged. But yeah, they have those flags too. So like these people believe that these people are the chosen people. So anytime that our president get behind them, they like, oh yeah, you gotta support it because these are the chosen people, and they believe this crock of shit. I believe it's a crock of shit, but they believe it. So you know that's why I'm saying this was an eye opener for the American people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the other countries. We know they know. But a lot of the American people, it's the exposure.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused as far as who you're talking about, because again, outside of people who are just staunchly Zionists and the politicians that are bought and paid for by different Israeli Israeli lobbyists, like everyday Americans do not support the state of Israel. Like we support Jewish people, and we support Jewish people in Israel and in the US, as long as they don't uphold what the state of Israel is doing. But no one is just out here saying we believe in the state of Israel. The government, I've said this a million times over and over and over. Bibi Netanyahu's a war criminal. Israel is a terrorist state, and free Palestine until it's backwards. And that's how it's been. And a majority of everyday Americans believe that very same thing.
I agree with what you said, but I wouldn't say you can't say the majority of Americans agree with that. That's an assumption, sir.
Oh, you think so?
Calvin King, and this is 41, truck 41. Yes, sir. Trader Joe's. I'm coming from Trader Joe's in Houston, Woodlands.
So this is there's a Pew Research Center. You're talking to me, guys. I know you don't have to put that in. I'm gonna mute you. You don't have to put that in the comment section. I know. It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to put that. I absolutely know. You guys don't have to put that in the comment section. We're good. Thank you. We're good. W's in the chat for Jarrett for the $1 donation saying, this is making less sense than Trump saying aminocinefin. Yep, it really is. W's in the chat for Jarrett. Again, guys, if anyone else like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Me, it's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. I feel like I won that debate.
Wait, you didn't. You didn't. A Pew Research Center study was completed on April the 7th, 2026, and this was looking at the favorability rating of American citizens when it comes to Israel. And back in 2022, there was a 55% favorable rating of Israel, and changing in a 4-year span, there is now a 37% favorability rate for Israel. That means 60% of Americans have a negative disposition towards the state of Israel, and also 59% also takes the position of not much confidence at all when it comes to Bibi Netanyahu and doing what's right regarding world affairs. So even if you take a look at the trend of Americans throughout the last 4 to 6 years, and when the actual changes, the demographic has shifted in every direction for everyone in their political leaning. So people that are now Republican, 41% of Republicans have a negative disposition on Israel. 80% of Democrats or left-leaning people have a negative position of Israel, and 60% total is where they come up with their rating. But if you take a look at like the age range, like it's all, even the older people, the younger people, ages 18 through 49, in the actual Republican Party, 57% of them have a negative view of Israel, while 50 plus, the people who are 50 years old or plus, only 24% of them have a negative view of Israel. So me saying that the majority of Americans have a negative disposition of Israel, that was not an actual opinion Like there's data and factual information behind all of that. And the trends have been increasing in that way over the last couple of years. And you can even see this when you talk about like the way that even our politicians have been openly willing to come out and push back against them. So you lost that debate. Red?
I hear you, but I can't Google or do my stuff right now, so I'm just gonna have to get your word for it. But I don't believe you.
You don't. I literally just gave you. It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to believe me. Can you see the screen, Red? You don't even have to Google and do all this other shit. Don't even worry about it, Red. I will put this on the screen. You don't have to believe me. I will show you. Like I have no reason to. I'm
bagging up an 18-wheeler. I can't look at the screen right now. I'm bagging up. Hold on.
Go do your job, Red. Go do your job. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. W's in the chat for Anthony, who sent $1 donation, and his barbershop is sick of him. I know they are tired of hearing that shit in the barbershop from Red. I know for a fact every time he walk in there, they got to be like, oh, not this again. W's in the chat for Anthony. Again, guys, if anyone else like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. If you're over on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, and you would like to support the live, you can do so. All you have to do is you want like to join the live, you can do so. All you have to do is click the link that's in the pinned message and you can come up high.
Good morning.
Are you a Trump supporter?
You do the same thing what?
On the background? Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Yeah, I think we should all be able to see.
I don't think that person meant to come up. I don't think that person meant to come up. Guys, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button. There's over 1,000 of us here hanging out on TikTok, but we've only got 8 new followers so far for this stream. I'm positive that there are more than 8 people that have not followed me. So please, please, please hit that follow button. Turn on notifications so you know when I go live, because I go live all the time. So please, please, please hit that follow button. And again, if you are here and you disagree with anything on the background, get in the box. W's in the chat for Amy for the $10 donation, saying, sharing this up to you. I can't stop thinking about one of your conversations the other night. The woman was named Kenya. Yeah. You gave her a masterclass in using calm but pointed questions to open her mind. Any thoughts about running for office someday? I mean, I've thought about it, but I don't think that's in my future, honestly. I don't know. Running for political office is such a daunting task in a lot of different ways. And I think that the political system is one that is so damaged that I don't know if I would have the constitution to be able to just like deal with it as is. So I don't know. I wouldn't be against it. I've thought about it, but I don't know if I would have the constitution to actually work within the system. So W's in the chat though. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. Again, if anyone else like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat. I will read that out. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. And for anyone who needs to know what the background is and what we're talking about, simple. I got you. Don't worry. America's declined. Point blank period. America's declined. And we can talk about why. Hey, I'm a pharaoh. We can talk about why America's declined. But the simple fact of the matter is that we have to start with the Republican Party. I think you just saw like a prime example of cognitive dissonance. For anyone who missed the beginning of that debate, Red came in and literally said that the fact that we rolled over and showed our belly to Iran was a good thing for Trump. He literally tried to say that us just giving up and this quote unquote peace agreement that we had was a good thing. That was his position. Yeah, the Republicans want to destroy our country, period. Capitalism. Capitalism has failed us. Unless your name is Elon Musk, right? Anyone else that the people that are watching, the people that are within the sound of my voice, capitalism has failed us, right? It doesn't work. We need to shift from capitalism toward socialism. It's absolutely necessary, because unless you're the ultra wealthy, it's not doing anything beneficial for you. No matter how many yearly bonuses you may or may not get, no matter how many raises you may or may not get, like capitalism as a whole has failed us, right? That's the point. White privilege / white supremacy. Same coin. I'm sorry, two sides of the same coin, two wings of the same bird. A lot of people really get a little bit confused about that. People haven't wanted to engage in this one as much, but when they do engage, they come from a sense of like, oh, white privilege doesn't exist. And I think one of the actual best, not best, but one of the most, you know how they say the best trick the devil ever pull is making people believe he's not real. You know that saying, the best trick the devil ever pulled was making people believe that he's not real. Well, the best trick that white supremacy has ever pulled is making people believe that white privilege isn't real. The way that people absolutely rail against and deny white supremacy and white privilege is absolutely insane. Terminal Grant, you said capitalism has failed us. He says making a living on live stream phones from donation. Terminal Grant, I think you don't understand what that means, but guess what? I'm going to mute you. I can't send you a request to come up, but you can go ahead and hit that request button and we can talk about it. You do understand that there's a difference between living in a capitalistic society and actually having capitalism benefit you, right? Yeah, you're not going to come up, but it's fine. You can hit that request button. Yeah, I didn't think you would. Anyway, for people who, like, for some reason, don't believe that white privilege exists, because this is the argument that I get often. Well, if white privilege exists, then why am I poor? If white privilege exists, then why did I go to jail? If white privilege exists, why do I have a black boss? Right? Like, that's literally been the line of questioning that I've gotten. And my question to you is, how much do you know about what white privilege actually is? You don't know. You don't know. So you absolutely have white privilege. One of the benefits of having white privilege is not knowing that you have white privilege. I digress. We just talked about the war with Iran. And guys, when I tell you it's gotten even worse, it's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. I promise you, it's gotten so much worse. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But I thought that we took an L when I first made this background. Ever since I made this background, every single day, it's gotten worse. It's crazy. But if you disagree, come up. Let's talk about it. Last but not least, FBA, Foundational Black Americans, BLAGA, Black MAGA. You're just ashamed to be black. You think that actually aligning yourself with the party that votes for the Klan the party that literally is trying to disenfranchise you by stripping away your ability to vote, they are overwhelmingly targeting Black women in a multitude of ways, from in the financial sector, right? Black women have been taken the largest brunt of the layoffs due to Donald Trump and his quote unquote DEI policies. But then also with having RFK Jr. at the head of HHS, we've seen an increase in Black infant mortality rate and women mortality rate, which was already higher than everyone else. That was the thing, right? So you voting in hopes that you'll somehow have proximity to power while literally aligning yourself with people who are trying to disenfranchise and even kill you is mind-blowing. Is mind-blowing. But you guys don't want to talk about that. You guys don't want to talk about that. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are friendly, do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen, share the live. If you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link here in the bio. Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. Guys, can we knock out the daily gift goal? It's the Let Them Cook. Can we please? Also, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up to 300,000 likes. If we can engage more, then it'll draw more people in so we can have this conversation. So please, make sure you guys do your part. Be active participants so we can get people in here. What is he talking about? I've been falsely accused of shoplifting in Kmart when I was younger. Dennis, what are you talking about? Come up here. Come up here and tell me. I sent you a request, Dennis. Is Dennis denying he has white privilege? Dennis, are you denying you have white privilege? You know the funniest shit? I've said this over and over and over. Black people talk about reparations, right? And then I've talked about reparations and people are like, well, what about like Irish people? And what about Italian people? Do they get reparations? And I'm like, no, they don't get reparations. They traded their reparations for white privilege. They traded. As a Black person, I would gladly forego reparations if that meant I get access to white privilege. I would gladly forego reparations if I get access to white privilege. White privilege is better than reparations. Fuck that. Anywho, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the back. I knew he wasn't going to come up. He's such a coward. Like he's sitting crying in the comment section about him being he was accused of shoplifting at Kmart when he was younger. Dennis, I know you're still here. Accept that request. Yeah. Did you say solid, sweet white privilege? Yeah. As we wait for someone to have the testicular fortitude to join the live, there's a couple of things I do want to talk to you guys about. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with this, but this has been a shit show. This has been a shit show, which to be fair, everything about Donald Trump is a shit show. Dennis, welcome. How are you?
Hello.
Hi, Dennis. Can you hear me?
I can.
You have a bit of an echo. Do you have me on like a Bluetooth on your phone? I mean, on your car?
Yeah.
Is there any way you can disconnect it because it's causing an echo?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yep. I can hear you. All right. Dennis.
No.
Dennis, is it your stance that you don't have white privilege?
Can you hear me now?
Yep. I was saying, is it your stance that you don't have white privilege?
Actually, my stance is you're going to educate us on what white privilege was, because I really don't know what that is. What does that mean?
Wait, do you disagree with you having white privilege?
Wait, you can't answer the question.
I can answer the question, but I just need to understand. Do you disagree?
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Please explain it.
Well, are you going to actually send something to the pay links for me to educate you then?
No, I don't support you morons.
Okay. So, Dennis, if you're not up here to debate it because you disagree that you have white privilege and you're not here to pay me to educate you, then I'm not going to
You can't explain to me what white privilege is.
I can explain
Please
it.
do. Please do.
I'm not unless you pay me or unless you give me a debate.
Okay. So I don't understand what white privilege is, so I don't know how to debate it or argue it. I mean, unless somebody can tell me what it is, because
well, if
I don't have white privilege.
If you don't know what it is, then you can't disagree that it exists. And so if you can't
work
disagree
for a living, I don't get Social Security. I don't get any kind of food stamps, welfare benefits. I was raised in the hood. I've been falsely accused of crimes. I don't know what you're talking about, white privilege.
Yeah.
So I don't have any kind of privilege.
Again, so with all the things that you're saying, okay, perfect. You said you don't have any type of privilege. So that means you're saying that you don't think white privilege exists, right? That by your statement, I just need to verify. You list all those things, and then at the end, you said, I don't have any type of privilege. So is your stance that white privilege doesn't exist?
I can't speak for anybody else. I'm saying me. I don't know what that is.
Perfect. Do you think you don't have white privilege?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we can debate that. You absolutely have white privilege because you are a white man. You actually sit at the top of the patriarchal system that gives you complete access to all the levers. Now, white privilege does not absolve you from society. White privilege does not make you, holier than thou. It does not give you access to millions or billions of dollars. It does not say that you're just going to skate free and have this easy life in reality. White privilege simply means that you don't have to deal with the additional barriers that are put in place to other people that are not white. Society conforms around you, right? So if you take a look, so if you take a look at different sectors of our society, the easiest sector to point to is the medical sector. You don't have to deal with medical racism due to the fact that you're white, right?
Medical racism? Never heard of that.
I'm sure you haven't because you're white.
So because you're black, you're denied medical services?
No, that's
never heard of that.
I mean, sort of.
Okay,
but like that's not how it works. Yeah, I was getting to it, but you wouldn't let me finish.
Okay. I'm sorry. That caught me off guard. I've never heard of that.
So medical racism is a actual disenfranchisement of non-white people, black people, overwhelmingly when it comes to the medical sector. Have you ever heard of the term infant mortality rate?
Infant mortality rate. Well, I mean, yeah, it sounds like it's rate on the death of infants.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, you can piece that thing together. Good. All right. Yeah. So when you talk about the infant mortality rate, we can take a look at the medical industry here within the United States, and we can actually take a look at the infant mortality rate. And the infant mortality rate that has been persistent and consistent throughout the history of our country is that if you are a white baby, born a white baby, right out of your mama's womb, and you have a white doctor, if you have any doctor, your actual viability rate as far as making it is the same. So no matter if your doctor's black, white, Asian, indigenous, doesn't matter. Your actual survival rating is equal across the board. But
they're going to save the white baby before the black baby. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, that's not what I'm trying to say. But if you let me finish, you could understand what I'm trying to say.
All right.
But if you are a black baby straight out of the womb, the only time that you have a higher chance of actually surviving is when you have a black doctor. Every other race of doctor, you see a drop in the infant mortality rate for black babies. So overwhelmingly, black babies and black mothers have a higher mortality rate when it comes to childbirth versus any other race. And that's due to medical racism. It's not additional factors. They've done the study. They've done the research. It's not because of predisposed diagnosis. It's not about disease. It's not about poor health. And it's not any of those things.
It's because there's not enough black doctors.
No, it's because the medical field is not geared towards black people. And since the medical field is not geared towards black people due to medical racism, which there's so much more than that, but it lends itself to them not actually giving the same level of access, care, or even understanding of medicine as they do with other races.
Well, yeah, this is the first time I've ever heard of medical racism.
Yep.
I mean,
another instance of medical racism. Hey, have you ever had to like have a surgery or broke a bone or like anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Never really a surgery, but yeah, broken bones and they've healed. And
yeah. Cool. Yeah, have you ever had to have pain medication for your like since you broke a bone?
Back when I was younger, I mean, it was, I was an adolescent.
Yeah.
So nothing when I wasn't an adult or anything like that. No.
Okay. Cool. Well, so another form of medical racism is the fact that black patients are less likely to have access to pain medication due to medical racism and a pseudoscience that occurred during chattel slavery, where there was a premise that, black people had less nerve endings and felt less pain than their white counterparts. This was something that was told to the slave owners to make them feel better about beating their slaves, and then saying that they were subhuman, so they didn't have to worry about the amount that they actually beat their slaves. The actual premise of black people having less nerve endings and experiencing less pain has been passed down throughout the history of medicine, which is not true. It's a pseudoscience, but still presents itself today, where black patients are less likely to have access to pain medication because doctors and nurses don't believe that they're actually sharing their pain levels. They think that they can withstand more pain, and so they give them less access to pain medications compared to their white counterpart. Yes.
Do you have, I mean, you like showing facts and stuff, and you like show, proof. Can you prove that to me? Because I find that hard to believe. Today's society, how everybody gets hooked on pain meds and become drug addicts and stuff like that.
White people.
I'm sorry.
That's a white.
That's only white people.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
White people overwhelmingly.
I don't think so.
No. That's a fact as well.
No. I don't think so.
Let me stop you for a second,
agree.
Dennis. Let me stop you for a second, because if we're going to be talking about drugs, I do have to let you know that if you say the name of any drug, I have to kick you. So please don't do that. If we're going to talk about drugs, you have to say something like O drug, F drug, something like that. And that's the only reason I muted you. I just want to make sure you knew that. Okay. I sent you a request to unmute. Dennis, I sent you a request to unmute.
All right, sorry about that.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure I cut you out, so just in case you didn't know, and then because I don't want to kick you, I want to keep talking to you. But did you hear what I said about that?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
About the S drug or whatever. But yeah, it's pharmaceuticals. Yeah.
Okay, so let me do this one first. Let's wrap this up with the pain medication first, and then we can talk about like the addiction problem. 1 second here. All right. So the study that I'm citing comes from the National Institute of Health. You know who they are?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah. So the National Institution of Health, in the study that they have, is called Racial Biases. Oh, hold on. There it is. Racial biases in pain assessments and treatment recommendation is false belief about biological difference between blacks and whites. The actual, where is it? The actual, the PMID is 270444069. And this talks about the actual discrepancies when it comes to the amount of medication and pain medication given. And when it comes to the actual medication, they're saying that they analyzed patients recovering from high-risk surgeries and found that Black patients were 29% less likely to receive advanced medication and even anesthesia, and 74% more likely to be given oral, I can't say that part, versus more potent IV options. So they're giving.
How old is that?
I'm sorry?
How old is that? Like when was that study done, or when was that released?
This is based off of 2024.
2024.
Yeah.
So that still happens today.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to do some more research on that. Not that I say I don't believe you, but I just got to read that myself.
I mean, like I said, you can go ahead and also there was another study that was just completed last year in 2025 by UCLA Health, and the title is Black Emergency Department Patients Less Likely to be Treated with Old Drug and More Likely to misuse them later as a result. And this talks about how when they don't have access and they have to deal with the overwhelming amount of pain, they overcompensate because they're actually not given the medication. And so since they're in additional pain for elongated periods of times, then they misuse it when they do finally get access to it. So not only does this cause
that makes sense too.
Yeah, not only does this cause a dependency because they're not getting access to it, but it also, not only do they not get access when they need it, but then it causes a dependency later when they finally do get access to it. So overwhelmingly, yeah.
I'll look into all that because I didn't realize that. That's pretty crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Just because of that. But yeah, I appreciate talking to me and bringing me up. But I do have to go to work. I'm at work right now.
You didn't want to talk about how white people are the ones that are being hooked on these medications?
Actually, I haven't got that time right now, but you know what? I will love to have a conversation with you at a later time.
All right. Feel free to come back then.
Sorry, man. Bye.
He didn't want to talk about that one. He didn't want to have that. He didn't want to have that conversation because he thought I was lying and I didn't have the actual facts. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
No. Wanted to add to something on the background.
No, you're not a Trump supporter or disagree?
Not a Trump supporter, sorry.
And you don't disagree with anything on the background?
I wanted to add something to the background. You can drop.
Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Guys, please respect the boundaries of the live. I appreciate the hell out of you, but I appreciate you. I genuinely don't need people to come up and add or like to, I have people that I know that if I lack information or if I have a blind spot, they have the ability to request up. They have the ability to get me information. I appreciate the hell out of all of you, but please, please, please respect the boundaries of the live. If you want to get a message across, you can drop it in the comment section. I read the comment sections all the time. If it's important enough, you can try to get it to the mods and the mods will deem if they need to get it to me, or if there's something directly that you want me to answer or read, you can always send something to the pay links and I'll do so, just like Amy. Amy sent a $1 donation saying, one more comment, white privilege is me teaching my sons what to do if they get pulled over by a cop while my black friend teaches her son what to do when they get pulled over by a cop. W's in the chat for Amy for that $1 donation. W's in the chat for Trey for the $5 super chat to say, that's white privilege. They think it means that they're above the law and they can't get in trouble and or it should make them rich. Facts. W's in the chat for just Devin for the $5 super chat to say, the only reason the old drug epidemic was recognized at all is because so many white people were victims. That's exactly where I was going. Facts. W's in the chat for Beauty for becoming a late night tuber. W's in the chat as well for Activista for the $1 super chat. W's in the chat for Brush for the $10 Aussie to say, I just wanted to say to the comments, I just wanted to comment to say I'm anti-Trump and anti-Trump, and that Trump and his white nationalist Christians / Catholics do not represent true Christians worldwide, just how Zionists do not represent true Jews. Like, yeah, that's facts. W's in chat for Activista for who's been a member over on YouTube for a month and sent their message said, would you consider hosting candidates in Washington State before November? Yeah, we're actually working on that for sure. W's in chat for Eugene for the $1.99 super chat to say, debating while driving an 18-wheeler is insane. Yes, fucking crazy. W's in chat for Brush for the $10 Aussie to say, Santana, capitalism has failed the world. Yeah, not just non-white, but anyone who's born into entitlement, IMO. But the worst is for non-white. I agree to the point. 100% white privilege definitely exists. Exactly. Like, that's the point. W's in the chat for Lieutenant Cole for the $25 YouTube super chat. Holy shit, thank you. Said, payment for your time. I requested yesterday, but didn't get to come up. Our convo with Solid was refreshing, and I believe I can bring a similar vibe. But yeah, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate the hell out of you. And last but not least, W's in the chat for Activista for the $5 super chat to say, if you are a white man and aren't making it, blame it on your parents. Like, that's the whole thing. W's in the chat for those donos, guys. If anyone else, again, would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. Oh, it looks like we got a 10-minute, guys. We gotta push through. Apparently, we hurt someone's feelings. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Okay. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Well, it's not that I really disagree with anything. I just want to know what you mean.
Okay.
Well, because I've been watching
for TikTok purposes. How old are you?
I'm under 18.
Okay, I'm gonna have to drop you down because you can't actually be on a TikTok live if you're under 18. But you can put it in the comment section. Now, if I can clarify something for you, I will definitely do so. But you absolutely have to be over the age of 18 prior to joining a TikTok live. I don't know if this person's gonna load. He demanded in the comments to educate him. Yeah, I didn't educate him, but I definitely dog walked him. I did not educate, but I definitely dog walked. W's in chat for Jared for the $1 donation. Saw that everyone was everything was delivered. Hope you. Oh, I gotta go to the PO box. I gotta go grab the stuff out of the PO box. I haven't had an opportunity. I'm gonna try to do that today for sure. W's in chat for Jared. Thank you so much for the one. I'm gonna try to get there today. W's in chat for Brush for the $10 Aussie. This is Santana. Please ask the next caller unknowledgeable about white privilege to look up the Peggy Mentotosh checklist on white privilege and read the article Unpacking the Invisible Knapsack. Yeah, like I'm gonna have to check that out. But yeah, absolutely. W's in the chat for the super chat. Like I said, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, and you would like to join the debate, guess what? You do not have to leave your safe space. You do not have to leave your safe space. The only thing you have to do is click that link that is in the pinned message. Hell, I'll do you one better and I'll drop it in the comment section. The only thing that you have to do is hit that request button and we can get these debates going. Now, guys, as we wait for someone to have the testicular fortitude to actually join and debate, I want to cover something. I want to talk about something. Donald Trump has had multiple vanity projects since returning to the White House. Donald Trump has overwhelmingly tried to do everything that he can to focus on things that have nothing to do with anything at all. And one of the biggest vanity projects that he's dealt with, has been the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. And I'm not just making this up. He's been like a dog with a bone. Give it a listen.
Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. Now we have a nice clean surface on which we're putting a industrial grade swimming pool topping. It's called American Flag Blue. I said, that's the color I want. I want American Flag Blue. It'll stay clean. We even have robots that go in it and they ride around the bottom and they clean it like a swimming pool. But we're gonna have the most beautiful reflecting pool. And I hope the media can go over and maybe watch them do it because I think it's very exciting. This will last for at least 50 years and you'll never have a leak. It's very strong. You couldn't, if you had a knife, I don't want to give anybody ideas. If you had a knife, you can't even cut it. So strong, so powerful. It's like powerful rubber. It is beautiful. And I think you're going to see something that's amazing. It's going to be like actually much better than new. It's much more beautiful than it was new because it never had the color people wanted. And we'll be opening up the reflective pond. It's called the reflective pond. And I think it's going to be beautiful. We're doing now the reflective pond and we saved about $600 million or something. It's going to be beautiful. It'll open about 2 weeks and it's going to be incredible. You may want to go see the reflecting pool because that's under construction. And for the first time since 1922, it's going to work properly. The reflecting pool, we are very close to getting it finished. And when it's finished, it'll be beautiful. It'll be blue water and it'll be, I think, very reflective. It'll last for 50 years, maybe 100 years. They didn't even know. I said, how long will this last? Oh, I think you'll get 50 years out of it. No leaks, no problems. And it's beautiful. It's called American Flag Blue. That was the color we chose. We're doing one that's really interesting, the reflecting pond. It was a disaster. We picked a color called American Flag Blue. We had color choices. And before it was just gray. It was a color of concrete and stone. So it's going to be really special. So I'm very proud of it. Maybe I shouldn't say that before it opens. Maybe I'll open it. It'll look like a sieve, but it's not going to be. I'm very good at building things and constructing things. So I hope you're going to go take a look at it. And maybe we'll show that what it looks like because I'm sure the fake news will be thrilled. And let's pick the color blue from the American flag, which is what we did. And that is the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen. Everybody's looking at that reflecting pool. They can't believe it. Reflects. We used a dark blue. It's called American Flag Blue, but it's really beautiful. It's something for you to see. It's incredible.
So Donald Trump has been absolutely on this whole reflecting pool, right, for the Lincoln Memorial. He's put so much emphasis on it. It's been something that he has overwhelmingly wanted to get done because it's a vanity project. It's something that he can quote unquote control. Now, if we know anything about Donald Trump, we know that he absolutely is corrupt. He's corrupt. Not only is he corrupt, but he's so corrupt to the point that he only deals with corrupt people. And when dealing with corrupt people, Donald Trump has reached out to people that he's worked with to actually redo the reflecting pool, right? And so they awarded a no bid contract. That means that they just picked someone and said like, hey, we're going to give you the contract to do this, right? Which happened to be an old buddy of Trump's that did work. And Trump tried to backpedal and change the story multiple times. First, he said, oh, I know a guy, and the guy just did it. Then he switched from like, I know a guy to there's a couple of people. Then he switched to, well, I didn't have anything to do with it, blah, blah, blah. But the actual contract was rewarded as a no bid contract. And they decided they were going to actually drain it and paint it American flag blue, right? So $14 million contract, and they go through the process of stripping down, draining the pool, sealing the leaks, and painting the reflecting pool, quote unquote, American flag blue. And then after they went through that process of stripping down, painting it, and doing all this other shit, and $14 million after getting a no bid contract, guess what happened? That was an algae bloom. That was an algae bloom, an infestation of algae, right? And the actual infestation of algae is something that caused the water in the reflecting pool to turn green. And I'm not just talking like, oh, it's just a little bit off. No. We're not talking just a little bit off. This is an actual picture of the reflecting pool and what it looked like. Second here. Oh, that's why I had that locked. Okay. Yep. That's it. That's it. Now, since there was an algae bloom, they made a decision like, hey, we have to actually go through and we have to try to clean this up as quickly as possible, right? And so what they did was dump a bunch of hydrogen peroxide into it to try to shock it, right? And with dumping the hydrogen peroxide into the pool to try to shock it, which is a thing, right? It's a thing, but it actually caused more damage than it did help. And so what happened was the paint that was in the reflecting pool, the American flag blue paint, started to peel and peel and peel and peel. So much so that Donald Trump went on record and said, hey, someone vandalized this. Donald Trump stated that the reason why this was so bad is because someone actually vandalized the reflecting pool. Many additional people have been arrested having to do with the disgraceful vandalism of our beautiful reflecting pool. It hasn't looked or worked like this since 1922 when it was originally built, but even then it was leaked badly and didn't work. Ours worked perfectly, including the mirror-like finish, perfectly reflecting the two great monuments, which it never had before. What these terrible vandals have done is a true, affront to both President George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, and should be dealt with accordingly. We met with contractors today. We will probably be forced to release and drain much of the water in order to do necessary repairs, but it will have them done as quickly as possible. What they have damaged does not include the earlier killing of a large amount of grass, which was by far at least the least of it. They took some type of knife or blade. Give me 1 second here. They took some type of knife or blade and put a 250-foot long gash into the beautiful faucet, of which it took much of the work to compensate and money to build and complete. They also poured corrosive corrosive, holy shit, and destructive chemicals into the pool. The reflecting pool was never so beautiful as it was 1 week ago, even going back into 1922 when it opened. We're very proud of what we've done with this magnificent structure, and we will get it repaired quickly to an equal level of beauty. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. So Trump is saying that the reason why the pool looks the way that it looks is because it was vandalized, right? That was his entire premise. He literally said, oh, they actually came and vandalized the pool, and if they wouldn't have vandalized the pool, then it would be great. That was his statement. Now, the funny thing about that is that Donald Trump, of course, he couldn't just like be Donald Trump, right? He couldn't just say like, oh, there's a problem, we're going to fix it, da 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 da. No. He had to go through the process of ensuring that even though, where is it? Yep. He had to go through the process of, even though he's sitting here saying like, oh, someone actually damaged it, he had to make a scene of it. He had to make a show of it, which the scene and show looks like this. Donald Trump now has National Guard members out protecting the reflecting pool. They're out literally guarding the reflecting pool now. Our men and women in uniform, this is their job. This is the best use of their time, and this is the best use of their service, is to have them out protecting a vanity project of Donald Trump. Now, when I tell you it gets a little bit worse, because even though Donald Trump sent the National Guard out to protect the reflecting pool, I'm sorry to say, and I'm sorry to report, there has been a loss of life. There has been a loss of life. The reflecting pool has been so gross, so bad, so destructive that ducks that would normally hop in the reflecting pool and have a nice little swim apparently are dying. They found dead ducks in the reflecting pool now. They found dead ducks in the reflecting pool. I say all that to say, now they are absolutely going to have to drain the reflecting pool and do it all over. After giving out that $14 million no bid contract, they're going to have to do it all over. Now, one last thing that I want to leave you guys with, because I think this is super important. And the important thing is to understand Trump screwed Trump. Trump screwed Trump. And you guys are saying like, Santana, what are you talking about? Trump screwed Trump. Don't worry, I got you. I'm going to show you this. This is the reflecting pool, the one that says before Trump. This is before Donald Trump was sworn in January of 2025. This is the one that's on the other side to say after Trump. This is what it looks like as of this weekend. Donald Trump wanted to do this vanity project. He said that he wanted to make it look amazing. And the one before Trump is when Biden was in office, and the one after Trump is how it looks now. Trump Screw Trump. The thing that I want to make sure that I bring to people's attention is the fact is that Donald Trump, this administration, everything that they touch literally goes to shit unless they are intentionally trying to make it go to shit so they can enrich themselves. Everything that they touch goes to shit unless they intentionally try to make it go to shit so they can enrich themselves. But I digress. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Marla? Drop it down. W's in the chat, guys. W's in the chat for Edgar. Edgar sent a $10 donation saying for being a real one. I appreciate the hell out of you, Edgar. Thank you so much for that $10 donation. W's in the chat for Ron, hashtag Spice King, who sent a $2 donation saying, hey, for your labor, I'll send some bourbon handshakes samples. Listen, yes, fucking do it. W's in the chat for you. W's in the chat for I think it's pronounced Zena. I'm gonna call you Zena. For the $10 donation saying, I know you didn't mean to say wait, I know you didn't mean to, but saying testicular fortitude while referring to brave enough to debate you is a bit misogynistic because it implies people with testicles, mostly men, are braver than people without, mostly women. No, it wasn't misogynistic, and it wasn't even meant to talk about men. It's literally, I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling fan, and it's an homage to the WWF, the Attitude Era. So I hear you. I get misogyny. I understand your overall point, but no, it's not. It's literally just a call back to wrestling. Appreciate the 10. W's in the chat for Jared for the $1 donation saying, so I guess Trump is Shrek and he's rebuilding his swamp. Facts. W's in the chat for Natalie for the $2.53 donation saying, I think the witch spoke to the trees and the algae is the result. Can't deny that it's all a good strike on his ego. Absolutely. Because he said that it was going to last 50 years. He said that it was going to last 50 years, and it didn't even last a week. Fucking insane. W's in the chat for the donos. Again, guys, if anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. If you are over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. If you're over on TikTok, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Also, if we can knock out the Let Them Cook, please, if we can knock out the Let Them Cook, we need to try to push through, see if we can get anyone in here who is actually brave enough to debate me. W's in the chat for Justina for the $1 donation. And nobody's debates are as good as yours, Santana, but bananas because the callers are always nuts. Santana's butt bananas. Happy Pride. You guys always do that to me. W's in the chat. Thank you so much for that donation. One other thing that I really wanted to cover with you guys as we wait to see if anyone else will actually come up to debate us. We talked about the actual reflecting pool, but there's something else that we have to talk about. I said this statement when we first started the live, and I was talking about Israel. I'm sorry, not Israel. Talking about what happened with Iran, and what happened is it's gotten worse since Donald Trump has been running his mouth. It's gotten worse since Donald Trump has been running his mouth. Donald Trump has been openly and actively undermining the negotiations. Hey, Peach, what up, Peach? W's in the chat for Peach Raid. W's in the chat for Peach Raid. Donald Trump has been openly and adamantly undermining the peace agreements, even while being in earshot of being able to complete the actual peace agreement. So this is what Donald Trump has been saying for the last couple of days leading up to JD Vance meeting in Switzerland to try to go ahead and get that deal signed.
Behave, we'll go right back to dropping bombs right smack in the middle of their head.
Is the text of the agreement now final, or are you still?
No, it's not final. It's a memorandum of understanding. And if I don't like it, we'll go back to shooting at them, dropping bombs on their head.
When do you expect the word?
If I don't like it, if they don't behave, we'll go right back to dropping bombs right smack in the middle of their head. Okay? Because they've misbehaved for 47 years. All right?
Does it include?
But nobody could have made this deal.
So that's what he's been saying, right? And even as JD Vance was in Switzerland and showing up to actually sign off on the deal, this came out on Fox News from a reporter that had spoken with Donald Trump.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. I just spoke with President Trump for more than 20 minutes, and he gave some new insight and reaction about the ongoing talks that are taking place in Switzerland and the threats coming from the Iranian regime. President Trump telling Fox News that the U.S. may take over the strait in the future if they have to and collect tolls. The president described this as the United States being the guardian angel of the Strait of Hormuz and the Middle East. And the president said ultimately that would involve the U.S. taking 20% of the oil that passes through the strait. Remember, this comes in reaction to the Iranians saying they will close the Strait of Hormuz in response to Israeli strikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon. President Trump tells Fox News he spoke with Iranian officials overnight and said, you close it and you won't have a country. He went on to tell these officials, you won't even make it back to your effing country.
So Donald Trump, in the middle of these quote unquote peace agreement negotiations, Iran in response to Israel actually striking Lebanon, shut down the Strait of Hormuz again. And so since they shut down the Strait of Hormuz, then Donald Trump threatened them. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. Now, this is while they're in Switzerland and while JD Vance is there trying to close the deal. Now, as they're trying to close the deal, the Pakistani representation who had been there, that Pakistan, if for anyone who doesn't know, Pakistan has been a forefront leader as far as trying to ensure that this peace agreement occurs, right? And since they've been the leaders, they have had a seat at the table. And now they're getting ready to sign the peace agreement. And this happened to JD Vance. Give me a second, because I'm going to put this on the screen. I want you guys to actually be able to see this as well. All right. So this is JD Vance alongside of the Iranian representation, and then the Palestinian representation is going to come and greet them.
Okay. All right, guys.
Did you guys notice that? Did you guys see that? JD Vance got sunned. JD Vance literally got sunned. They absolutely ignored him. Now, what's even more interesting is what happened next. What's even more interesting is what happened next. So at the same time that they were there and they were going through the actual peace agreement or the procedures for the peace agreement, remember the comments that I just played about Donald Trump and him threatening to take over the Strait of Hormuz, him threatening to continue to bomb Iran. You know what the Iranian representation did? They left. They walked out. The negotiator for Iran walked out of the peace talks following Trump's threats to hit Iran very hard again. I say all that to say this. Donald Trump, who is someone that talks so big, but overwhelmingly has shown that he is unqualified, ill-prepared, and unequipped for this moment. But he won't shut the fuck up. He won't shut the fuck up. And so that's why the United States of America has taken a massive L. That's why JD Vance is made to look stupid. That's why the people in his vicinity, the people that are part of his cabinet, the people that have been staunch Trump supporters forever and ever, even they are tired of his shit. Take a look at this. I'm going to show this one to you. I want you guys to see this. This is Marco Rubio standing behind Donald Trump at the G7 meeting as Donald Trump talks about what concessions they gave to Iran. And watch Marco Rubio's face.
Country. Country. So we'll be working on a parallel effort with the Gulf nations to address non-nuclear issues such as the conventional ballistic missiles, which we'll be talking about, and support. I mean, they have to have some because other people have some. You got to have some. Somebody said you shouldn't give them one. And I have guys. I like some of these guys, but I don't think they're smart. Sir, you shouldn't let them have any missile. I said, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to let Saudi Arabia have missiles, but they can't have them? Yes, sir. It doesn't work that way, you know? It doesn't work that way. And missiles aren't the problem. Missiles they hurt a little location, but they don't blow up the planet.
Marco Rubio said, I'm tired, boss. That's too damn bad. Marco Rubio, I heard someone say this the other day, and I couldn't agree more. They was like, Marco Rubio is going to quote unquote hell because he is literally one of the few people within the Trump administration's orbit that actually knows better. He's one of the few people that actually knows better. And it's mind-blowing. But that's who he is, and that's who he's stuck with, and that's what they're doing. So we can talk about all the things that the Trump administration has absolutely done, but I think it would be a disservice if we pretend that they've done something good. This administration has been overwhelmingly harmful. This administration has been one that has set the country back in a multitude of ways. In a multitude of ways. Now, one other thing that I want to talk about as well, since we still got a little bit of time. One other thing I want to talk about as well, since we still got a little bit of time. The fallout that's been happening with the US and Iran making this deal and Israel saying, fuck that. Because to be very clear, Israel is not on board with the US and Iran having peace agreements. Has anyone been keeping up with that? Is it just me? Am I the only one to find like this to be one of the more fascinating parts of all of this? As they have been going through this actual peace agreement, peace talks, all this other shit, right? Israel has been very adamant about not allowing this to end. Now, the question is, does anybody know why Israel is being so aggressive and won't stop bombing Lebanon? Does anyone know why? Does anyone know why Israel? And I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. It's not actually about Hezbollah. It's not actually about terrorist cells in Lebanon. Catherine is fucking on it. Catherine is fucking on it. Coral, you're fucking on it. Guys, have you heard of the Greater Israel? Have you heard of the Greater Israel? Well, if you haven't, sit down, let me learn you something. So the Greater Israel is a, I don't want to call it a prophecy, but it's a belief. It's a belief that the revelations that'll come across with the expansion of Israel, where it takes more and more land, including certain lands that are currently occupied by other nations. They will continue to expand Israel until the point where they have the quote unquote Greater Israel. Like it's a whole, like there's a bunch of religious nuts that believe this and da 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 da, right? But the funny thing about this, is that they have been really successful, and even more so in the last 3 years, they have been on their shit. AP ran an article, Israel sees more land from neighbors since 2023 than it has in decades. And this says, over the past 2.5 years, Israel has taken control of swaths of Gaza, Lebanon, Syria. Fuck out of here. Close this out. Why are you right here? Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, and that amounts to the biggest expansion of military occupied land in decades. It's an area larger than most major cities, roughly 1,000 square kilometers. That's 386 square miles. And Israel said that it has plans to stay indefinitely. Right? The land seizure began after the aftermath of Hamas 2023 cross-border attack, which ignited wars on multiple fronts. The Israeli military took over portions of Gaza as part of a border invasion, later seized control chunks of Lebanon and Syria. Israel calls these areas quote-unquote buffer zones, and they say that they're needed to prevent further attacks by militant groups. In Gaza and Lebanon, Israel land seizures and evacuations warnings pushed out more than 3 million people, and troops have demolished towns and neighborhoods, creating large depopulated zones. The buffer zones, equivalent to about 5% of Israel area soon after its founding, are not new borders, which are required an agreement between the two countries, but many fear these changes become long-lasting. Iran has made Israel withdraw from Lebanon, a condition to ending the war with the U.S. So all of this is part of the greater Israel, right? It's a whole thing, and like the religious nuts really want this shit to happen, right? They really, really want this shit to happen, because if they can make this shit happen, then it's supposed to bring about revelation. It's a whole Bible book thing. It's a whole Bible book thing. If they can make this shit happen, here comes revelation, right? But, even though Donald Trump has been a staunch supporter of Israel, of Bibi Netanyahu, has given him whatever the fuck that he wants, now that there's finally a split in between Bibi Netanyahu and Donald Trump, the pro-Zionist members of the media that have been staunch Trump supporters are now turning on him. This is Mark Levin. Mark Levin is a right-wing political pundit who has overwhelmingly been like at the forefront of boosting and uplifting Donald Trump and all this other shit. But now, this is what he had to say. And spoiler alert, guys, he thinks that people are picking on Israel.
I'm going to start the program where I'd rather not start, but I must. I want to say to people in and out of the administration, stop trashing, smearing, bullying the little state of Israel. Stop cozying up to and telling us that the enemy regime in Iran is now more rational, more moderate, and a regime that we can deal with. When just a few months ago, they slaughtered 50,000 people, they're still hanging young people today. And if they had a nuclear missile today, they'd fire it into our country as sure as I'm alive. I don't know what's going on, but if people think they can bully a little country, really a people that have existed 4,000 years, through the Babylonians and the Persians, through the Romans and the Third Reich, into surrendering their defense and their decision on how to secure their country, they got another thing coming. I think it's outrageous. When we used to see the Secretary of War and the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff daily here on Fox tell us of the fantastic marriage, symmetry between our militaries in defeating this enemy. I'm really appalled by this, and I hope it comes to an end sooner than later, because it's not right, it's not just, and it's not truthful. Now, as you surely heard...
Guys, you heard him. You heard him. Stop bullying Israel. Stop picking on the tiny state. Leave them alone. They just want to live in peace. They just want to coexist. And we're the bad guys. We're the ones that are out here going after them, and we're the ones that are, making we're the ones that's making them do all of this other stuff. It's on us. It's literally on us, and we're the bad guys. It's mind-blowing to me, guys. It's mind-blowing to me. And what's even more mind-blowing is the fact that things couldn't be further from the truth. Yep, Ben Yahoo. Goddamn Ben Yahoo. It couldn't be anything further from the truth. A lot of people may know, a lot of you may not know, but the United States of America and the Israeli military, the IDF, have like strategic agreements where they do like military operations together. They train each other. Hell, the IDF has trained some of the United States police force, right? So there's a direct through line that has been tethered when it comes to the United States of America and Israel. And while apparently he's saying that like, oh, they're picking on the tiny state, guess what? Congress is trying to solidify Israel and their standing with the United States of America. Senator Tom Cotton, as chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, has advanced a proposition in the FY 2027 Intelligence Authorization Act that would require the President of the United States of America to expand and enhance intelligence sharing with the government of Israel across a broad list of subjects. The provision would also bar the president from suspending or militarily limiting that intelligence sharing except on basis of a specific and indefensible national security concern determined by the president. Senator Tom Cotton, chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee. He's trying to make it so we have to give all the intelligence that we have to Israel, and we can't stop or limit the intelligence that we share with Israel. I'll say this over and over and over and over and over and over. It's not about Jewish people. It's not. It's not about Jewish people. It's about the state of Israel. It's about the government of Israel. It's about how they do things. I see someone saying in the chat talking about AIPAC. You know what the funniest thing is? Because I did a deep dive into the actual like I went down the rabbit hole to see like, oh, AIPAC. Everyone knows AIPAC. AIPAC is the one that's buying all the politicians and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, first and foremost, AIPAC is not the only Jewish lobbying, I guess, faction or whatever the fuck you want to call them. They're not even the largest one. Did you guys know that? AIPAC isn't even the largest one. And if you really want to keep it funky, the Jewish super PACs, they're not even the ones that spend the most money and disenfranchise the most. Would you guys like to know which lobbyists spend the most money on politicians? I see someone say NRA. Nope, that's not right. I see someone saying oil. Nope, that's not right. Give me a few more guesses. What you guys got? What are your guesses? Evangelical? Nope. Insurance? No. I see. There we go. Someone finally put it. Healthcare. Healthcare. 7 of the top 10 highest spending lobbyists are all related to healthcare in one shape or another. Whether it's a healthcare insurance provider, whether it's like a coalition of doctors or like medical entities, 7 of the top 10 are all healthcare related. And you guys wonder why we don't have universal healthcare. People wonder why the Affordable Care Act hasn't progressed since it actually came into play. And the fact that they were willing to let the subsidies for the Affordable Care Act expire. It's because 7 of the top 10 lobbyists are all healthcare related. Free my homie Luigi. Free my homie Luigi. So that's the thing. But people want to continue to villainize like APEC and just pretend that it's only APEC that's pouring money into the politicians. It's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. There's a couple other things that I really want to cover with you guys, and hell, do you chat? Do you guys got time for one more? Any chance you guys got like just can I get a few more minutes just for like one more thing? Is that possible? If I can't get it, then I understand. If I can't get it, I'm cool. I get it. Yeah. We good? We good? I can get a few more minutes? Okay. 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 All right. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. While Donald Trump was running for office again in 2024, he made fun of Sleepy Joe Biden, right? That was his thing. Sleepy Joe Biden. He literally made fun of Joe Biden for falling asleep, for hiding in the basement, for being too old. Like that was the rhetoric. He's too old. He's feeble. Like none of this is going to work. That was literally the thing, right? Now, I said this prior to the election. They're both too old. They're both way too old. But MAGA, Trump supporters, no. He has energy. He has zeal. You see, we see him every day. Fun fact, MAGA, you're not supposed to see the president of the United States every fucking day on television. It doesn't supposed to work that way. Like, you're not supposed to see him every day. He's actually supposed to be doing shit and running the country. How are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yeah, I disagree.
Oh, okay. Which chat, hold tight for a second. We'll get back to it. Can I call you Spear? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Spear. Which point do you disagree with on the background? Where you like to start?
It disappeared.
Oh, okay. Give me 2 seconds. Let me thank a couple of people, and then you can look at it. It'll be back up in just a moment. W's in the chat for Rachel for the $50 donation. Let's fucking go, Rachel. Holy shit. Thank you so much. Rachel sent a $50 donation saying, thank you for all that you do and all the education you provide, even though you don't have to. I've learned and I continue to learn so much. Rachel, that makes me so happy. W's in the chat for Rachel. Thank you so much for the 50. That is fucking crazy. W's in the chat for Angela for the $1 donation saying, I have a parallel for you. The Berkeley pit in Butte, Montana is full of mine water runoff that has that's so toxic that when the geese land, holy shit, when the geese land, they die. That's crazy. They're gonna just actually pay more to actually clean the reflecting pool. That's fucking insane. W's in chat for Kylan for the $10 donation saying, I'm terrified. Trump DOJ is officially trying to institutionalize people with disabilities. Huge news came out over the weekend. No one is talking about it. I have 50K followers and I advocate. I'd love to share more. If you have questions, yeah, shoot me an email. I would love to know more about that. There was some really fucked up shit that came out over the weekend for sure. W's in the chat. Thank you so much. Send me an email and I will definitely cover that. W's in the chat for Gabby for the 2 saying before the paint, the bottom of the pool acted as a filtration and they would add water as needed. Now the paint acts as a sealant and doesn't allow the filtration. and they need a filtration system, but the filtration system will create movement, making it barely reflective. Oh shit, that's crazy. Thank you for that. W's in chat for Jesse for the $20 donation. Saying thank you for what you do. I appreciate you, Jesse. Oh, and fucking W's in the chat for holy shit. Thank you. Trella. Thank you so much for the $50 donation. Saying happy Father's Day for you and management to hang out. Let's go, Tina. Fucking W's in the chat for Tina for the wolf. W's in the chat for Trella for the $50 donation. For you and management to hang out. I'm always learning daily, and I've been schooling people. Thank you so much, guys. There's other donations, and I'm gonna get to it in a moment, but I want to make sure that Spear has the time to go ahead and give his argument, so we'll come back to it. But if anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. All right, sorry. Floor is yours. Which point on the background do you disagree with that you would like to start?
Primarily, I'd like to start with the party of destruction thing with the Republicans.
Okay. All right. So you disagree with the premise that the Republican Party is the party of destruction?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Because they haven't destroyed anything yet. I mean, as soon as they destroy something, I'd say, yeah, they, are the party of destruction. But right now, I wouldn't say so.
You don't think that they've destroyed the actual political norms and the way that we run our government, even with the three co-equal branches of the government?
No.
Okay. So the fact that the Supreme Court has now started to take on more shadow docket cases and no longer are issuing decisions, but just ruling at a high proportion with the executive branch, that's not something that's unusual?
No, that's basic. I think most people do that.
That's not. Hey, can you stop splashing in the tub? Like, I want to talk to you, but the splashing is distracting.
Oh, I didn't know you could hear that. My bad. I thought there was a noise cancellation.
No.
Oh.
Anywho, it's not normal. It's unusual. Like, they've never taken on that many shadow dockets. And even when they have taken on shadow dockets in the past, they've issued decisions and statements and dissensions. But they have overwhelmingly stopped doing that and just started ruling with Trump without putting out any type of reasoning why.
Yeah. Whatever that means. I mean, yeah, they did not do that.
I'm sorry?
I didn't think they did none of that, but I'm gonna keep it in mind.
Yeah, they're doing that. What about the fact that the actual House, which House is responsible for the purse, right? Meaning they set the budget, they set the allocation. They've ceded control to Donald Trump and the administration to allow him to determine whether or not money is being allocated and directly like freezing funds that it's already been allocated, i.e. like stopping payments for SNAP benefits when they're supposed to be sent out because they've been allocated.
Now you're going to have to say that in a little bit literal words, but
the Congress is responsible for saying where the money goes. And Donald Trump is saying, nah, I'm gonna say where the money goes. And the Congress is just like, Mike Johnson's like, all right, you can do it. That's not a problem.
Well, that's not good. That can't be good.
No, that's really bad. What about the fact that the executive branch has tried to take independent three-letter agencies and roll them under the executive branch so they no longer have oversight or independence, which they're supposed to have that, so they can ensure that they are keeping the rest of the government held accountable. But now they roll under Donald Trump, and he's been able to do stuff like, I don't know if you heard this, right? But there was recently, you know how Donald Trump has been issuing pardons?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's been issuing pardons to a bunch of people, including, you know, a bunch of people that do fraud and like, you know, sell drugs. But so there was a federal agency, the DOJ was looking into, there was a claim, and they were supposed to be looking into a pardon that was issued. He commuted the sentence of David Gentle, who was a private equity executive who was convicted in a $1.6 billion scheme that defrauded thousands of Americans, mom and pop investors, and they lost their life savings. And Donald Trump commuted his sentence, and that means that 1.6 billion doesn't have to be repaid. And since the clemency was granted, then Donald Trump has now had the Justice Department actually stop them from investigating whether or not the pardon or the clemency was actually valid. So like even those additional smaller entities that are supposed to be watchdogs and make sure like different powers of the government isn't being abused, Donald Trump and his administration is shutting that down.
Is that bad?
That's really bad.
But for like who?
Us.
I mean, I'm doing it. I got, man, let me tell you something, bro. Like when Joe Biden got out of office, bro, immediately I started.
Biden?
Yeah, I mean, he was
cool.
chill though.
That's cool. We're talking about today though.
Oh, today, man, I'm making mad bank, bro. Like last month I made 1K.
That $1,000?
Yeah. Mad bank.
Are you a troll?
Nah. Maybe.
Hey, do you know what an authoritarian is?
Yeah, that's a thing that the Germans were, right?
You mean the Nazis?
Yeah.
No, well, I mean they were a form, like they had authoritarian action. That, yeah. You know what? No, I think you're a troll. I'm not doing that. Like the whole bathtub shit, and like I can go ahead and slide past the bathtub shit, like maybe, but I think you're a troll, and I'm not gonna waste my time with the troll. I'm absolutely not gonna waste my time with the troll. No. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Me, it's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. If we can knock out the donuts, that would be super helpful. And if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and links are in the bio. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. Just like Jared sent a $1 donation saying Zionist, MAGA, and Anti-Defamation League hide behind the terms anti-Semitism and use it like white people use "you're racist" when they're called out for racism. Facts. That was in chat for Jessica for the $2 donation saying mental health providers in Michigan are going to Lansing tomorrow to protest the Blue Cross Blue Shield policy changes that will disallow limited licensing provisions for private practice. Good. We need people standing up and actually fighting back. That was in chat for Sarah for the $2 donation. I really wish Sarah stop it. Thank you for the $2. I truly mean that. Thank you. You said, thank you for educating this morning. Absolutely, friend. I appreciate the hell out of you. That was in the chat for Sarah. And let's see, over on YouTube's, that was in the chat for Brush, who sent a $5 Aussie to say, if people want to see who the Zionist Israeli state truly is, watch Al Jazeera document Israeli darkest weapon about their treatment of the Palestinians. Facts. W's in the chat for Laura Tamayoshi. Laura Tamayoshi, who sent a $10 super chat, say, without America, Israel would collapse militarily. If people love and support Israel over America so much, then fucking move there. Yeah, like that's the wildest shit. I've talked to like a Zionist who said that like he cares about the health well-being of Israel more than the U.S., even though he's in the U.S. It's fucking insane. Debbie's in the chat as well for Project 454, who sent 50 cheer bits to say funniest thing and is that the funny thing is he has less than 2 weeks to fix the problem before his Freedom 150 rally. Facts. That was in the chat for Jared for gifting a Twitch subscription That was in the chat for Project 454, who sent 50 cherry bits to say, I've said this before, the worst enemy of Trump 47 is Trump 45. Look at the USMCA, Air Force One, and countless other things. Exactly. That was in the chat as well for Manders for the $1 don't understand. Bro, in the bath? He was literally in the bathtub. Literally in the bathtub. That was in the chat, guys. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Keep tapping the screen, guys. Share the live. Make sure, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. Turn on notifications so you guys know when we go live. We go live all the time, and you don't want to miss it. We only got 18 new followers on the stream. I know for a fact that we have more than 18 people that have not followed me. Guys, hit that follow button. We're trying to get up to 200,000 followers. Please, please, please hit that follow button. Turn on notifications. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. All right, guys. What I was saying prior to bath time with the MAGA chud was that they made this whole big deal about Donald Trump being like virile or whatever. They made this whole thing about Trump and saying that like, oh, Biden's old, but Trump's got the mojo, right? Like that's literally how they tried to pretend that, oh, it's a Biden issue and it's not a Trump issue, right? They literally tried to make this out to be, it's a Biden issue, not a Trump issue. But guess what? Everything that they tried to pretend that Biden was, Donald Trump literally is today. I don't know if this person's going to load. You sound shocked. Did you not mean to come up?
Oh.
No? Okay. I'll drop you down. She sounds shocked. She was nervy. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. All right. So guys, I'm going to share this. So everything that Trump supporters tried to pretend that Joe Biden was, Donald Trump is literally today. So this happened over the weekend. I want to say it was Friday, but it's been within the last couple of days. Donald Trump had a ceremony where he was, of course, awarding medals, right, to service members. And I'm going to start with this. Donald Trump had a bit of a problem. Let's just say he had a bit of a problem. And that problem is Donald Trump can't do shit. Like he literally is unable to do shit. So this is Donald Trump trying to open up the boxes to actually display the medals that he's going to be given or awarding to these members of the military. One more time. Now, just to make sure we're clear, this isn't the first time that Donald Trump has had his ass kicked by a contraption. Donald Trump couldn't close an umbrella. Donald Trump couldn't open a bottle of water. Donald Trump just don't know how to like fucking function with shit, right? But this is the funny thing, right? This is the funny thing. Again, remember, every MAGA accusation is a confession. Every MAGA accusation is a confession. So Donald Trump, during that very award ceremony, Part of the responsibility of the president of the United States is to take that medal, put it on the neck of the soldier, clasp it on, and then let them go about their business. This is something all presidents do. All presidents do this. This is standard, right? Well, Donald Trump, he did it, right? He literally did it, just like Joe Biden did it. Now, I want you guys to take a look at this one. This is real time Donald Trump and Joseph Robinette Biden going through adding the medal to the soldiers. I want you guys to tell me, what do you notice? It took Donald Trump so long to do that that Joe Biden could have done 2 of them in the same time. Joe Biden literally could have done it twice while Donald Trump was trying to do 1. Donald Trump finally fucking gave up and just tied it in a bow. He didn't try to clasp it on. He didn't try to like get it on correctly. He just said, fuck this, I'm just gonna tie it up. Fuck this, I'm just gonna tie it into a bow. Fucking wild work. But yet, Biden was too old. Biden was the problem. But what about Biden? But they don't want to talk about Trump. They don't want to talk about Donald Trump falling asleep in public. They don't want to talk about Donald Trump and his gaffes when it comes to his speech. They don't want to talk about Donald Trump wandering off randomly, whether at the White House or the G7 summit. They don't want to talk about Donald Trump literally shitting himself in public. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about any of those things. Because their daddy is still tough in their eyes. Who's incompetent? Trump. Trump's absolutely incompetent. He did nearly choke him. He absolutely nearly choked him out. Fucking mind-blowing. But we're not going to talk about it. MAGA, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to have this conversation. They don't want to admit it. But we know. We see it. They won't address it, but we will. Dub's in the chat for Jay. Jay sent a $25 donation. Jay, not you saying sorry is not much. Jay, $25 is a fucking awesome amount. Not yet solid. $25 is an awesome amount. Thank you so much. You said thank you for all that you do. Jay, you are absolutely amazing. Holy shit. Thank you for that $25 donation. That was in chat from Marie for the one to say the best part about Bath Bro was how he how taken aback he was that you ignored it. Tier 1 trolling of a troll. Exactly. I don't give a fuck about you taking a bath. Like, you can tell that's all he came up to do. Nobody cares. Yes, it's splashy time. I hope you got your rubber ducky. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Rachel for the $5 donation. Then I wanted to point out that suggesting somebody move to Israel is perpetuating the colonization of Palestine. Actually, that's a good point. I know it's meant as a joke, but Israel shouldn't exist because the land belongs to Palestinians. W's in the chat for Rachel. That's actually a really good point. Actually, a good point. W's in the chat for cousin Jesse for the $5 donation. What's up, fam? Happy belated Father's Day, bro. Trump is literally on camera, not just falling asleep multiple times. This man is shitting and passing gas on camera everywhere, every week, shaking my damn head. No bullshit. I got a story for you guys. W's in the chat for Lieutenant Colonel who sent a $25 donation saying, may I come up and talk to you about the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence? I promise it'll only take a few minutes or two. Your handle is veteran Jared. Hold off, because we have late nights coming back, and you're going to get that opportunity. So for all the friendlies that are trying to get up and have a conversation about X, Y, or Z, just hold off. We have late nights coming back, and that's going to be your opportunity to join, have those conversations, and talk about a multitude of things. And once the first thing we're doing is getting back in line with our community, and we're going to open it up for our community. So hold that thought. You will absolutely get an opportunity. W's in the chat for I think that's it, guys. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. All right, guys. So hold on. Oh, there's one more thing that I wanted you guys to hear. And this is just a personal one. This one's just personal. This one's just personal. Give me a second. Okay, guys. I want everyone to tell me, what do you think when you guys hear this? Is everyone ready? Is everyone ready? Is everyone listening? You got your listening ears on? Can you all hear me? Ready? All right, perfect. Perfect. I want you guys to tell me what you think of when you hear this. What do you guys think when you hear that? What do you guys think when you hear that? CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. Yes, yes, yes. Chig Magnet Punk, CM Punk. Prior to the UFC fight at the White House, everyone know, well, a lot of people, whether you do or don't know, CM Punk, when he stepped away from the WWE, he went into like UFC. He did a lot of fighting. He was like a commentator, all this other stuff. And so CM Punk, prior to the actual UFC fighting event at the White House, CM Punk was questioned about what he thought about the event. And this is what he said.
A lot's been made on this White House trip. What do you make of it? Would you accept a trip to the White House if invited?
Interesting question. Number one, I would not be invited. And number two, no, I would not go.
Just no reason to.
No, I'm not. David Duke invites me over for tacos. I'm not going to David Duke's house. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's call it like I see it.
Sure.
You know, racist is a racist. I don't care if you're in the White House or you live down the street from me. Like, I'm not hanging out with you.
Guys, we stand CM Punk. We stand CM Punk. CM Punk has been open and adamant about the things that he believes in. Absolutely. CM Punk is someone that believes the shit that he believes, and he does the shit that he does, and he absolutely stands on business. Now, what I will say is, while Punk stands on business, I think other wrestlers stand on business as well. And I hate to do it, but I got to call it how it is. I would not be me if I didn't call it how it is. CM Punk said that he would not go to the White House for the UFC fight. But do you want to know why that question was pertinent? You want to know why that question even came up? You want to know why people were wondering, well, hey, CM Punk, would you do it? Would you go to the White House? Is that something that you're interested in? And CM Punk said, absolutely not. I have no interest in that. A race is a race. I don't care. But you know who did? Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was absolutely at the White House for the UFC fight. And I'll say this, like, your political view is your political view, whatever. What you support is what you support, whatever. But for those people who may not know this, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the big dog, the #1 wrestler in WWE, the highest paid current wrestler in WWE, the face of the company right now in WWE, is a 2-time cancer survivor. A 2-time cancer survivor. And your politics are your politics. You enjoy UFC, whatever the fuck, like whatever. But as someone who has survived cancer twice, and to go out and support an administration and a president that has actively cut research and funding for cancer is fucking mind-blowing. Say what you will about CM Punk, but he stands on big business. Anywho, we got a couple of people in the request. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're a friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Me, it's only one coin. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Big Blue 248, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
I didn't even know I was up.
All good. No worries. I'll drop you down. W's in the chat for Charles. Charles sent a $10 donation saying for showing Trump choking out the soldier while trying to award it with a Medal of Honor. He literally was trying to choke him the fuck out. You said, what have you heard about Cody's politics? Cody Rhodes was the first person to ever say this. This is before, like, I really started to educate myself and have a deeper understanding and a deeper meaning. For people who may not know, Cody Rhodes is married to Brandy Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is white. He's from Georgia. Brandy is black. They have a daughter. I think they have multiple kids. But Cody was once talking, and there was a question, and they were talking about like racism and, you know, like black people, white people, da 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 da. And Cody stopped and said, someone said, Raheem, exactly. Cody stopped and said, I once told my wife, I don't see color. This is back when he was trying to get with her. I don't see color. And she told me that's a problem, because if you don't see color, then that means you don't see me. You don't see the lived experiences that I have, the differences that I have to face because I am Black, and you're not someone that I could ever be with. And from that point, Cody Rhodes took the time, energy, effort, and initiative to ensure that he was actually on the right side of history and being someone that uses this privilege to uplift and protect specifically Black women, specifically his wife, specifically his kids, but also stood up and advocated against racism. So we fucks with Cody Rhodes. We fucks with Cody Rhodes. And Bret Hart. Bret Hart for sure. Anyway. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? GRA44, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Oh, all good. All good. Excuse me. Yeah, we fucks with Cody Rhodes. And someone said Bret Hart the Canadian. Yeah, Bret Hart the Canadian. For shiggity. For shiggity. W's in the chat for Gay Uncles for the $19.99 super chat to say, we love you. We love that you're providing a voice for the minority families. Thank you so much. Absolutely. W's in the chat for Fruit Punch for the $5 super chat to say CM Punk and Batista are unbelievable. Batista too. Yo, Batista? Holy shit. You guys remember that video that Batista made calling out Trump? The whole like pushing back on the whole alpha male bullshit or whatever, and he like, yeah, Batista's on that shit. Batista's about it. Yep. W's in the chat as well for Lord Tamayoshi for the $10 super chat to say, you know why they weren't at the UFC event you know why they went to the UFC event to network and make money. They put the almighty US dollar and power over their morals and principles. That's the problem with capitalism. Exactly. Because at some point you gotta you have to actually make a decision as far as what's the number, like what's the cost of your soul, like what's the number that you will fold under. And while I make like jokes about grifting and all this other shit, and there's a certain point where like no matter what, I'm good. Like you can't pay me enough to actually go against some shit that doesn't align with who I am. Now, if you want to pay me to do the shit that aligns with who I am, fucking right. That's why when people come up here and they're like, oh, you're being paid by the DNC, I wish they fucking would cut me a check to say the shit that I'm saying. I literally wish they would cut me a check to be able to say the shit that I say. You think I would turn that down? If someone offered me money to just say the shit that I'm already saying, then I'm just going to take the money and keep saying the shit I'm already saying. I don't know. That's why when we were debating Dave Rubin, right? And so Dave Rubin were actually talking about Dave Rubin when they brought up the whole Russia thing, right? If you guys don't know, Dave Rubin, the last person that we debated on Jubilee, was being paid about $500,000 a month by Russia. He was being paid approximately $500,000 a month by Russia. And Mason got him to talk about it. And he was like, well, yeah, but they didn't give me a script. They didn't tell me what to say. I was saying what I had to say. I never was in a meeting. Even when I found out about the offer from this person, I told him, listen, this is my show. I'm going to do the things that I'm going to do my way and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He said, so no one ever told me what to do. I never said anything that people wanted me to say or anything like that. That makes it worse. That literally makes it worse. Russia was giving you $500,000 a month to continue to say the shit that you were saying. Russia was giving you $500,000 a month to keep perpetuating the shit that you were already saying. You know how bad you have to be for a different country's government to say, yeah, we like the way that he's spreading misinformation and disinformation. Yeah, we like how he's perpetuating this shit. Let's give him $100 million. Let's give him $500,000 a month. Let's give him a bigger platform. Let's continue to boost him because of the shit that he's saying. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking mind-blowing. W's in the chat for cousin Jesse for the $5 super chat to say, remember, Cody is the grandson of a plumber. Yeah, he is. In all seriousness, Brandy made him question his current knowledge and thought process. She ultimately challenged him to elevate and grow. I completely agree, which is awesome. Which is absolutely awesome. W's in the chat for cousin Jesse. You know it. W's in the chat for cousin Jesse, guys. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Answer your question. What's your question? Drop your question in the chat. What's your question? I didn't see your question. What's your question? Is your question how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Because if that's the question, then the answer is a woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood. There it is. There it is. That's the answer. What's your question? I didn't see your question. That's your question, Edith? I got you. I got you, Edith. We're locked in. We're locked in, twin. God damn it. Wait. Hold on. Oh, there's something I want to tell you guys. What did I want to tell you? What do I want to tell you? Holy shit. Oh, shit. There's something that I wanted to tell you guys. What did I wanted to tell you? Holy fuck. Something happened yesterday. What the fuck? There was something happening yesterday, and I wanted to tell you guys about it. What the fuck happened? Lucy, if you're saying something, maybe your message is being muted or whatever, or it's being filtered, but I don't see your question. I don't see your question. Try a different way. God damn it. There was something that I wanted to tell you guys about. No, I didn't lock myself in the room again. What the fuck did I want to tell you guys about? God damn it. No, Lucy, I can't see it. I can't see it. I'm telling you, it's probably being filtered out. What the fuck? There was something. Hold on. God damn it. This is going to frustrate me because I can't remember. I can't remember. Fuck. No, it wasn't about bananas. Stop it. Not about bananas. Okay. Well, I guess it wasn't that important. If I can't remember, then it couldn't have been that important. God damn it. There was something. No, I don't get my hair cut until this afternoon. My barber was out. One of the guesses, what? Shooting? No. Underwater basket weaving? No. Yeah, I will remember as soon as I get off. Reopening is no. Management. It's something that I told her, but I don't think she's available right now, so I can't double check with her. Fuck. W's in the chat for Patty for the $5 Canadian. Say, mug close up, please. I got you. This is my pot of greed. This is the pot of greed. W's in the chat. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. W's in the chat as well for Just Devin and said, just remember Santana's butt bananas. That is not what I wanted to remember. Stop it. W's in the chat for Miss Bellasella for the who's been a YouTube member for 2 months. Said, was it about bananas? It was not about bananas. You guys fucking stop it. I can't remember. There was something that I was like, you guys aren't gonna fucking believe this. Holy shit. I'm so mad that I can't remember it right now. Oh, fuck. When I remember it, I'm going to write it down and I'll share it, but I can't remember it. Solid, I'm sending this back to you because 1, you could have just texted me. 2, I'll read this out. W's in the chat for Solid. He sent a $10 donation saying, I pooed it. That happens. It's okay. I'm sending that 10 back to you, though. You could have just texted me. Fuck. I feel like there was something I was. God damn it. I should have wrote that shit down. Breaking news, something I've been working on. Fuck. Yeah, no, personal or news. It was personal. It was something like, y'all aren't gonna believe this shit. It was something stupid that I did. It was me pulling a me. And I thought that you guys would get a kick out of it, but I can't remember what the fuck I did. I was like, y'all are not gonna believe this shit. Juvenile, first and foremost, like, you can stop spamming that. That's weird that you keep spamming it, but also, like, that's super ableist. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop spamming that. That's super weird. You should definitely stop spamming that. Like, that's fucked, bud. You still spamming it. You fucking weirdo. No, it wasn't something with Father's Day. It was something that wasn't big, but it's something that happened. And I was like, wait till I tell you guys about that. I don't know. Whenever I remember it, I'll write that shit down. When I remember it, I'll write it down and I'll come back and I'll share it. Whenever I remember it, I'll write it down and I'll share it. Anyway, guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get out of here. We're going to call it at 3 hours because got some shit to do. Shit to do. I think I'm gonna head over to Parker's though for a while and see how his debates are going. So you guys head over to Parker's, go raid Parker, get a job. And I think I'm gonna head over there as well. So don't meet me there, beat me there. right? Let's get after it.
You stepped in a box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts tight lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats or get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah.
Hey, W's in the chat for the chat. W's in the chat for the Dizzack. Also, W's in the chat for Manders. No, Manders, it was not the, I still haven't looked it up. I'm sorry, Manders. W's in the chat as well for Manders for the one share, but I sure wish Santana had remembered to play it so we could hear it. Play what? Can I hear what? What can you guys hear? I'm so confused. I'm sorry. I don't know what you couldn't hear. Not sure. I don't know. Anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you. I love you guys. Meet me over at Parker's. Thank you for all the guests, the taps, the likes, the shares. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for being absolutely amazing. I love you all, and as always, peace.